out one evening late. The moon was rising high, headed for the Riverside. Around us fuss and fight. Patrolman, he walked by, asked me where I'm going. Said if the sun set on me there, I'd never make it home. He said, don't go downtown tonight, there's trouble on the rise. The Batman...
Oh, down 10%. Oh, I got the binges is on tonight. Oh, no. How are we going to recover? Cheers, everybody. Welcome, everybody. Happy Monday. I got the bandages on, so bruised up after a 10% decline. Oh, I hope I recover. No, I'm just kidding. Let me take these off. Hold on, let me have a drink before I take these off. I got to. I was putting them on. I'm like, damn, I hope these don't hurt when I rip them off. We just haven't had a big down day. We haven't had a big down day in quite a while, right? But I have to laugh, right? We'll see how many people tune in today. I'm like curious to see. I'm also curious to see everyone's first take, ESPN first take and everything. We'll see how many people tune into the stream and have opinions. Actually, I should keep this one because of Nelly. Remember we were talking about Nelly the other day or a couple weeks ago? I'm losing track. And I'm curious to get people's first take, but in particular, like, we can see who's going to be who are the long-term investors in GameStop and who might be not the long-term investors. Obviously, this stream, this Roaring Kitty channel, my investment style, this is educational, right? This is how my style, this is how I manage my particular style, right? It's not for everybody. Everyone has their own particular style, but mine is a longer-term viewpoint. And like this move, like it barely registers, right? And anyone who's been long GameStop since for over the past year or something, we're all in the same camp, like. And so I have to laugh because, again, 10% down day. We're numb to this. You've seen Departed where it's going down 10% in your hand. It's steady. Do you know what I mean? But with GameStop, that we can say the whole market. I didn't see how the market closed down. I saw it was down big. But that the market can be down, that GameStop can be down 10%, right? And a big pullback in the recent upward movement that we've been seeing, and we're still in mid-13s. I think how great is that we're still in 13. Like, that's like the first thing I think of. Remember, we're in that range. Oh, I extended this chart. Right? Look at this. It was kind of, well, we got to see what it does tomorrow. Like, I'm really curious to see what it does tomorrow. But I talked about those higher lows. Higher low. And then today I'm like, oh, let's see if this keeps on going. And then it didn't really get down to that previous low. I thought, oh, that's kind of interesting, right? This doesn't forecast what's going to happen. It's a reflection of prevailing sentiment, right? That's why I'm kind of watching this stuff. We talked about how last week, hey, this could sell off. It could have nothing to do with the company like you see. What did the market do today? I saw it was down. I didn't see how it closed. Did it pop back up? Oh, it popped up a little bit. All right, but small cap was still down. I was down over 3%, right? So that's why I'm watching this stuff, just to see what happens. And I think, all right, it kind of held up okay. I'll be curious to see what happens tomorrow and on the broader market too, right? And but I thought, okay, that's interesting. It's the fundamental news that will drive this stuff, but I keep an eye on this stuff. And again, in my range here, I've said this many times, like between, what is it? What did I say? Like 11 to 16, it's all the same to me. It's all the same. Everyone has their own unique style. That's why I say that, right? If there's folks who are like day trading type stuff, that's why I say this can be a tough stock for that type of a style. I would imagine. I have no idea. But for me, I'm like, yeah, okay, it's down 10% today. And then when I see everything else down right in the Roaring Kitty portfolio, right? I'm like, all right, oh yeah, I have this up here. Look at all this red, right? Okay, but the bigger news today, right, is that short. Do I have it up? I saw Rod posted it. Where is that? Right. That, look at that, huh? I mean, 70 million short. That. I need a drink. Hold on. I need a drink. 65 million outstanding, roughly. 70 million. They're increasing their position this whole way up. Rod had just posted that nice chart a while back, charting the stock price with the short interest. It was obviously rising as short interest was rising as even the stock price has been rising. Right? They keep on piling on, and I find it fascinating, right? Because especially folks on this channel, we remain pretty convinced of this. Of the bullish thesis from a fundamental standpoint. It's fairly high conviction for me. I have to say, this is why I'm fascinated by this type of stuff that I see. It's the fundamental stuff that drives. This is the crux of the thesis, right? It's the fundamental aspect that will drive this thesis over time. But I'm keeping an eye on this other stuff too. Like I was talking about, I'm watching the technicals. I'm trying to track sentiment here. I'm keeping an eye on short interest. But then I see some stuff where I'm just like, I can't understand it. I'm trying. I can't understand it when it's, like I keep on saying this, when it's juxtaposed with my confidence And when I see this, I don't have a chart or figure, but this was released today, I believe, right after hours, right after the market closed. And I see 70 million short, and I think with only 65 million outstanding, and I think of we talk about all the potential bullish catalysts out there, that even on a non-fundamental base that could continue, right? We talk about the technicals. I mean, what it looks like on a technical perspective it continues to look uber bullish, right? The sentiment seems like it's continually turning around here. That takes time, but we've seen it unfold the past couple of weeks. And then like momentum, folks, I'm sure GameStop is a relative outperformer over the past couple of months. And the fundamental thesis just seems like it keeps on getting stronger. We haven't had much incremental news, right? But I just think what is likely ahead of us, if not the next couple of weeks, looking at a couple of months, in years, I think that optionality. I said something to this effect a little bit later. What did I say? I want to bring this back up, actually. This right here, Maven Fund here, was talking about how if they can leverage that power up reward data, we talked about that from an advertising standpoint to market direct to the consumer, right? We talked about all this data, how vendors could improve the efficacy with regard to marketing to individuals and stuff. GameStop has the potential here to do that for vendors. You know what I mean? All that value add we were talking about on Friday, and I just think. And this is Scott, by the way. So you can see he talked about if the market, if they generates EBIT to 200 to 600, just to throw out a number, right? Just toss something out, and then we can start talking about it. And then if folks disagree with it, what is it you disagree with? The value of that data, how much they could actually generate from it, blah blah blah. And then he was mentioning how it could go to 200 on that, right? So that's what I wanted to just clarify here. And I feel like I'm saying very similar things over and over again in different ways, but I just feel like the market continues. Not everyone, right? I don't mean everyone. I mean the way that the stock is currently trading at is still beneath $1 billion. And I think people are continuing to discount the optionality here, right? I can't stress enough how none of these individual items are individually the complete game changer, or they're definitely going to work. But I just think of the sheer number of options that GameStop has, accompanying GameStop's position here. And I just think the market has just not pricing it at all, fully discounted it as if nothing absolutely is available to GameStop to reinvent itself. And I think that I just keep on coming back to when you do that type of analysis, I feel like you land on an inaccurate conclusion. You have the wrong thesis. You subscribe to the wrong story, as I frequently say. And when I think about my own analysis, I think I don't know. It's one thing to see that the market's missing it in the market cap. You see that all the time with value stocks. But then when I see the short interest rising, you know what I mean? What do you say to that? You know what I mean? Well, there it is. I'm perplexed. I'm confounded. We'll with the benefit of hindsight, looking out 6 months, 12 months, we'll hopefully be able to piece this together. Again, it's not like the longs it's over yet, right? I still keep on saying I feel it's on the early side, especially in light of these types of options to GameStop. Or you know what I mean? Like, if that's the case, again, Scott tossed out that it's a potential $200 on that, right? Pick any number, right? It just seems like it's significantly higher. This optionality to GameStop is worth significantly more than, what is it today? $900 million market cap. You know what I mean? And so I'm very curious to see people's take. Well, first of all, just people's take on today, right? We'll see. We got 50 people. Hey, cheers, everybody. That's it. I'm wondering, well, GameStop was down. I mean, a whole bunch of shit was down today, but GameStop was down. We'll see if people still tune in. What they have to say. I mean, back in the day, over the past 12 months, it would be down 12 months, and everyone would be like, see, I told you so. I told you. GameStop, going blockbuster, blah, blah, blah. Now I'm curious. I didn't see it too much today. I was wondering if, you saw it after earnings, the last earnings report, but I'm wondering if maybe this is a reflection of sentiment changing a bit, where people are like, all right, maybe there is something here. But, again, a lot of stuff was down today. Well, what's the market doing? Hey, futures check. I'm not doing it often, right? Hey, it's flat. Okay. It did seem like it was pretty aggressively down today, didn't it? But we'll get into that. So, was there any couple other things that I want to touch on there? We'll revisit some of this stuff here. I retweeted out. Rod put together some numbers here. Again, I still haven't seen too many models out there of this new Microsoft partnership. Rod's one of the few folks actually sharing some stuff out there. This was what I posted, right? But was there shit that I liked or something? Oh yeah, I was talking about how this is similar to what I was just saying here, where Dan McCurtry here was talking about some of this stuff. How I said the Bears have fully priced in failed transformation, right? Management, incompetence, imminent obsolescence and stuff. That's what's priced in, right? That's the base case for what is priced in, or what's kind of been priced in these past couple months. And that optionality fully discounted. But damn, I feel like there was other stuff. Maybe it was stuff that I liked. I'll come back to that. Oh yeah, this was that good chart that Rod did. Oh good, I just recently liked it. Here's that short interest. Here's the shares sold short. That's the orange. The shares sold short rising there, and then you can see this is with market cap. Is this with market cap? Oh no. It's individual share prices. You see, so now the price is starting to rise, and still that short interest could. Now it's even higher. It's breached 70. Rod forecasted 70, as I recall. I think Justin did too, saying they expected it to be over 70. I think. Oh, didn't we do an over under? Didn't we do it? I'm pretty sure I took the under. So I was. Oh damn! So that was kind of interesting. Oh yeah. People were talking about this on the stream, and I forgot. I was glad Edgar here posted it. We got Nintendo earnings this week, Sony earnings, Microsoft. Oh, is Microsoft? Oh shit, Microsoft tomorrow. I mean, I don't know if there's. I don't know what's gonna come of this from a GameStop perspective, but it's interesting, right? Because a lot of us are talking about those partnerships and stuff. Who knows? Who knows if there's anything coming up on the GameStop front? But just stuff. I'm like, all right, you know what? Maybe I am kind of curious about that. Yeah, that was sick. SPP talking about that. Oh yeah, Ty Kim traded in at GameStop. Was there any other stuff here? Okay. There's a couple other things here. Okay, so Dimitri posted an update on his. Is this his article? He posted an article. He pulled up. Do you recall the ICR conference back in January 2020? This was sick. They had a conference where they were being interviewed by some of the analysts, or I kind of forget the conference. I mean, I remember the conference happening, but I hadn't read that in quite a while. And Dimitri posted some sick lines from that conference. I'm like, Dimitri's been doing a good job of calling back to some past, conferences in this case, or transcripts from conference calls and so forth. I really like this type of analysis because it reminds you of stuff that you knew back in the day, but maybe you've missed it because or forgot about it just because so much other shit has come up. But he's got some nice quotes here. That I think it was Sherman who was answering this stuff, talking about even back then, right? That's what I mean. Like, they've been talking about this stuff since late 2019. These vendor partnerships, how they've been in the works since Q4 2019 with a number of partners. We know that much, and they've been talking about this stuff in the presentations and even in the conferences. But it's been overlooked by many people. Even I have said myself, I have discounted some of this stuff because I've long wanted to see it come to fruition a bit. We hadn't gotten all that much, but they've been telling the same story this whole time. But now we're starting to get some of the Microsoft gave some of the actual partnerships, some of the data, and it's kind of exciting to see. And then when you call back to the stuff they talked about, like, damn, they've kind of been on this page the whole time. They've been doing a good job. And anyway, so I thought this was great. So check this out from Dimitri. If you go to Dimitri's post and then pull up his comments, you can come across this. But you can check out these quotes. The lifetime value. I don't want to get into it. I want to bring up everything first. And this was on GameStop's website, by the way. But he linked to it. Didn't he link to it? Yeah, he linked to it right there. Thank you, Dimitri. I always like being linked to this shit. And then I did see... Oh, there was a partnership today. Yeah. With which we knew was in the works. Partnered with Klarna, the payments provider for the shop. This is to do the interest-free buy now, pay later service. That's just a nice feature, a nice offer that GameStop has for its customers. It wasn't a GameStop PR, not yet anyway, but I saw that in the works too. I saw some other stuff. Wasn't there an analyst upgrade today where they didn't Bank of America reiterate too at the same price point too? We talked about that price point, but I think I could have sworn I saw that somewhere, but I don't have it up, so I kind of forget. But all right, let's get into it. What we could have lots to talk about today, right? I mean, we got the down 10%, but everything was so down that this is almost what's a big deal? You know what I mean? That's how it is. Like, it's still in that range. But like I said, I was kind of impressed. I'm like, damn, this is kind of holding up. Oh shit! Can I pop that up? I was kind of watching what it was doing today for that reason. You know what I mean? Like, you get all this. This is data. This is data for me. And again, I keep on saying how it's marginal analysis, but that's what I'm watching in a day like today. And when everything's down to, it kind of discounts the move. It's like, whatever. But that's why it's good. All else equal, like we were saying on Friday. It's all else equal. You like that price to be going higher. And then we were talking about how you form a higher base off which you could pop off on the upside. But it's also a higher base from which you could fall, right? So it's kind of, for the longer term investors, it's great news. We're down 10% on a huge down day for the market, and we're still in the mid-13s. We're still at almost a $900 million market cap, right? I'm telling you, I remember the other days. Some of us remember those other days where it wasn't, remember, we had two handles there for a little bit, right? It's kind of funny. All right, cheers, everybody. Who we got? Polygon, what's up, friends? Alex, what up? See you. Cheers. See you. Happy Monday, y'all. Hope everyone had a good weekend. Of course. Oh yeah, I saw that the pullback every 11 days. I haven't. I'm not watching that stuff. I couldn't. Today was because of the whole market. Oh, you talking about? Yeah. Today was all the whole market going down too, right? Came down, yeah. The whole market was a big part of this reason. This is a large part of this this sell-off today, and part of it too is, I mean, I keep on saying how for me, a stock being overbought, I view it as bullish. Okay, that doesn't mean that I view it as bullish for my style of investing, which I'm not looking out. Like I say, I'm not forecasting next day's move, but for some very short-term traders, they see it overbought. They think, all right, it should sell off from here, right? That's only a small portion of this downward move. That's how I view it. But anyway, just something to bear in mind when it sells off. Oh, what did it do on the daily? You know what I mean? So it pulls back a little bit, right? Maybe it goes down to 60, 50, but as the books say, that's a bullish take if it bounces back off that level. You know what I mean? For the new longs or whomever to kind of digest this upward move, people kind of buy into it. They don't think it's as tenuous of a position, so people more willing to get involved. Just something to keep an eye. Everything's a test. Everything's an experiment. Just something I was watching today, just seeing that overbought level. But it was a good day to buy. Yeah. Henry loves the pullback. Nibbled some more. See that? Some people kind of like this pullback. It always depends on your style. Some people don't. It just depends. A gift. Yeah. Okay, talking. I don't know the nuances of covering or anything like that. Talking about cover potential. No idea. I keep on saying how I'm confused by it because is there something we don't know? Is there an aspect to these trades that I don't understand? Perhaps. Yep. Talked about that short interest. Okay. Jake, what up, Jake? Gonna be a fun week. Yeah. It's starting off with the back. See what I mean? Like you back off a day. You know, this is like what time frame is this? Oh, this is 1 year. It's 1 year. Like we're like right there. You know what I mean? It's hard for me to take these types of things seriously. But it's good results. But it's still data, right? I mean, seriously, on a bearish side. But it's like it's good data to say, hey, I was like, where's this stock gonna end up today? I was watching this. I was thinking it was gonna end up. I thought it was going to go a little bit lower. I thought, maybe we'll get down to that $13 level. Just like bullshit analysis. You know what I mean? I mean, I know what I'm doing, but I'm still like, yeah, let's just see. Let's just see where it ends up. Give me those cheap shares, yeah. Uber, happy Monday. Yeah, unhappy Monday. Right. Jen, what up, Jen? Oh, yeah, the SSR. Oh, yeah, so it got down to the 10% today. I still discount. I know people talk about that. You get down to 10%, and then you can only short on the uptick, but you can't short on the downtick and stuff, but I typically discount that type of stuff. We'll see. Didn't this happen a couple weeks ago where it was in effect and then there was news announced or something like that? But I don't know. I don't know enough about that stuff. Yeah, the uptick rule. Okay. It's a painful day today. Yeah, see, it's all about perspective. Transient, what's up? Daily, what's up, Daily? Cheers. Hope y'all had a good weekend again. Cheers. A little bump in the road today. 70 million shares short. Next news release sends us to the moon. Oh man, I don't know. I know. I just keep I'm of the same opinion where I keep the fundamentals drive this shit, right? The fundamentals are what. I'll come back to this. The fundamentals are what drive this, right? But where is it? Oh, it was under likes. No, I responded. Okay. The fundamentals are driving this, right? But I keep thinking in like the short term or even the intermediate term. I'm like, couldn't anything just pop this up? And when I think of as Daily points out, the potential news items that could come out, not all of them are potential game-changing news, right? I'm not even saying that, but I just think like there's like non-fundamental things that can drive this. The technicals and technical analysts getting interested, and momentum folks, and then just people. I don't know. So, yeah, the next news... Who knows what the next news release is, right? I keep on saying how a lot of people talk about Sony's the next one. I have no clue. I mean, you got the big... We already got Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo's a natural one, too, right? Everyone's talking about Sony. And then there's other type of partnerships, too, right? Where on the... like those... A potential advertising type partnership. There's game publisher partnerships. Oh, yeah, that was what I tweeted out this weekend, too. Like, there's all... I might like those for building out my fundamental... view, you know what I mean? Like, here's what this potential new business model could look like, because a lot of stuff we've been talking about, but if they start inking deals, then I go, okay, so here's how they might actually approach it as opposed to just theory. And I keep on saying like bullet points in a presentation and stuff. But so this is why I like today is like, yeah, next news release, this thing can pop, and I'm like, yeah, like I kind of think the same way, and I'm like, this is why that gets. I know we're all in the same boat here, right? It's not a unique perspective, but I'm just, Okay, cheers. Yeah, Hugo. Yeah. Amazing day for Hugo. See, we got people. Some people say painful day. Some people say amazing day. Some people, you know what I mean? Isn't that kind of funny to see? Oh shit. Dale, what up, Dale? Black Buzzer Bears can't win after. Yeah. Oh, see, Cody. Okay, cheers, Cody. Welcome, Cody. So Cody says, I know the long-term thesis is still strong, and this was a reaction to the market, but holy crap. Yeah, no, that's Cody. That's how this stuff works with it. When you're dealing in these volatile stocks like this, and GameStop is a volatile stock, even heavily shorted stocks, which in turn tend to be more volatile stocks, but in they're viewed. So that's the thing. I always think it's funny because this is viewed as very risky by the market, but eventually, like, it reaches a price point where it's like I don't even think it's risky anymore. I'm not saying that's the case with GameStop, but I mean deep value stocks generally, where it gets so cheap where it's like everyone views it as super risky, but it's not even that risky. Now, in the case of GameStop, it's still perceived as a very risky stock. So for that reason, that's why I talked about that last week. Like, you need to be prepared for. Again, not just with GameStop, but any of these types of risk-on stocks, they sell off 10%, 15%, 20%. Like, it can happen quick. And if the market's selling off too, that's why people have been asking, well, what if the whole market sells off going into the election or going into the end of the year and stuff? Like, it's conceivable GameStop could go down with it. But similarly, now that it's kind of changed a bit, where now it's kind of nice because, and we haven't had this as GameStop investors, now the backdrop is bullish, right? The backdrop is bullish. Where, I mean, today was a 10% down day, right? But it's also been up significantly over the past couple of weeks. But now the backdrop is like that's like when the market sold off in March and April. I was saying how I wish I had bought more of the stocks that were in strong uptrends. You know what I mean? Like because they'll be they might have. It's conceivable that in a certain unfolding of the how the market's unfolding, that they could sell off less, but also be the strongest performers on the bounce back. You know what I mean? So now GameStop, it may be kind of protected because people like see this strong uptrend and they want to buy into it. They've just been looking for an opportunity to do so. So the stock sells off and then they'll buy into it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's something that you have today that you didn't have for the past 12 months because everyone saw this really, and again, you back out even more. It was a shitty chart. This is a really ugly chart. So the backdrop is really bearish. And now it's not, it's increasingly looking bullish. You know what I mean? With each passing week, it's supporting this move. And so, that's why I'm like, let's see how far this pulls back, because if it was like over the summer or something, it could be down like 20% today. Like, that's kind of what I'm getting at. And anyway, let me keep going. There you go. So JG says, today's movement was so insanely bullish, I can't even explain it in 200 characters. So isn't that funny, right? Isn't this funny? This is why I say I was eager to see everyone's take in the chat. Thank you, everybody, for sharing your takes. I don't care what it is, bullish or bearish or how you perceive it. It doesn't matter to me. I'm just very curious to see how y'all are interpreting this. And so JG's saying, hey, this is super, super bullish, right? Unless he's being sarcastic. Maybe he's being sarcastic. But depending on how you're looking at it, like it is a case to be made that it held up better than you expected. Maybe not crazy bullish, right? I wouldn't say that, but it's just, if JG elaborates later, I'd be curious. Matt says, days like today are to be expected. I agree with that, Matt. I agree. Cheers. Welcome, Matt. Welcome. Cheers. Nice. Put another 1,000. Okay. Jorge, home. What up? Drinking some beer. It's a Halloween brew. I forget which one I grabbed. I picked up a whole bunch. I talked about October. You see this? This thing keeps riding up though. I swear some of these just keep on riding up. I've got a whole bunch of Halloween brews for October, so I've been getting after it. I forget which one I grabbed. They're all heavier on the alcohol content, so look out, y'all. Who knows? Hugo, putting roofies in my beer. Well, I hadn't even had a sip yet, Hugo. Okay. Hello, Super Saucy. Welcome back, Super. Myth. Happy Monday. Got a good crowd today, huh? We had 66. Cheers, everybody, huh? This is dope. I'm excited that there's still this many people today. I was wondering. I mean, there could be people tuning in and just talk about this, right? So we could share our thinking and stuff. But then I'm thinking about too on past streams how some people were saying how, people were joking, right? The bullish sentiment can be indicated by how many people joined the stream, right? But here we go. We had a big down today. We still got over 60 people. So props to y'all, remaining interested in this stock. I'm like, I don't know everyone's investment style who might be here. If you share similar styles, you see some of the other videos on my channel, like, so I was like worried there might be like day traders. Oh, hopefully day traders will be like, yeah, this channel's not for me, right? But some folks, it's that everyone's still kind of interested or still joining to even talk about this. I'm intrigued by this. I feel like that's good news that we can kind of bounce ideas off each other or remain interested. Anyway, just a quick take. I was just kind of curious. Okay. Yep, Cody, you are correct. That short interest is higher. And Rod, thanks for sharing that so quickly. I saw it from you first. JG, okay, JG, okay, JG's trying to change his name, Oh, okay, so Super Saucy's saying all the COVID-sensitive stuff, cruise, retails got hammered. Thank you. I noticed there was a lot of the stocks in the Roaring Kitty portfolio had gotten yeah. Oh, look at that. So GameStop was the biggest down mover. Oh, look, that's kind of interesting. But everything was of what was down. It was most of the. Oh, okay. So maybe some of those other ones got hit even more, and I wouldn't notice that because I'm not heavy into even retail. Wow, GameStop was the most. Is that right? Whoa, kind of interesting. What's this one? Yeah, the most. Oh, I can sort by this. I don't know what the hell am I doing that for. Let me sort by number 9. There we go. There you go. GameStop worst performer. Interesting. Okay. Okay, talking. Serendipity, welcome. Cheers. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Oh, who else we got? Okay. I see some good DD. JG, John G, JG. Okay, John G. That's official. John G. No, I'm kidding. Okay. Okay, so Super Saucy says, with the short news today, I think it's complete confirmation of our few concentrated shorts theory. Yeah. Oh, why do you think it's confirmation of that? I'll be curious about that. I just think, the shares, we're at $1 billion now, right? Are we at $1 billion? What is it? 70 million? Just about, right? If at 15, whatever, we're just at $1 billion, right? Huge. It's a huge. That's at least the dollar amount, but concentration, huh? I still got it open. 70.34 from 68. What the hell do they? It's a good thing there's so many people in the chat, right? So we can just see if any of us are missing anything. You know what I mean? All right, let me keep reading. Oh, yeah, I didn't check this today. Again, this is just a proxy of someone. I just saw someone say that. Look at that rate go down, huh? Down below 20% now, so if you're eyeing that. Not that many shares available. Okay. Lowest close since October 16th. I know, we fell all the way back to where it was on October 16th. Tomorrow's important though. Today's important, number 1, right? It's not always so much about those updates. I like those days where you have no news and what it does on those no news days and whether it follows through on the move. Like that stuff is, from a price perspective, that stuff is arguably more important. Ooh, is that a bold claim? What do y'all think? You know what I mean? Like, it's arguably more important for my technical analysis. Fundamentals aside, just from a technical analysis standpoint, I like to see that follow through. You know what I mean? And then how far it pulls back. Like today was important. Tomorrow was important too. But in the grand scheme, really nothing. This is important for my style. This is important from a short-term outlook type thing. You know what I mean? Looking out a couple of weeks or even a couple of months, but much longer than that. Like unless it's below 11, I don't care that much. Again, you may feel differently. I can understand that, no problem. But for my style, now we're in the unless we start breaking through 11, that's like, all right, is something really changing here? Is there something that I may have missed? Is there, especially if it's following a news out? news item, but I can't. That's the thing. I can't even. I'm not even so sure I can think of like some news that could be released that would result in a major 20% sell-off or something like that. But if the whole market's selling off, then today down 10% with the whole market selling off, I like discount the move. It's just like, all right, I'm just. Anyway, y'all know it. You'll probably have similar views. Let me keep going. Blessed, what up, Blessed? It's crazy out here today, huh? Market does this every once in a while, so this is important too. Channel's educational, right? Just generally, if you're looking to add and trim, it's always good to maybe. I don't want to say it's always good. Like these are the types of day where you might be adding a little bit on a position. You know what I mean? You wait. These days come. And maybe this week, if you were looking to add more, how great would it be if it keeps on struggling this week? The broad market, I mean, you know, and like that. These are the days. Like I talk about how I'm a value investor, and I find it hard to buy on the breakout itself. I much prefer to wait for a pullback. And here's what's funny about GameStop. You haven't even pulled back to 50 on the daily RSI yet. You know what I mean? But you look at other stocks too. Like you want to add on those pullback. For me as a value investor, that gives me much more comfort. I'll just sit and wait. And actually for games, oh shit, you haven't hit 50 on the RSI since August. Damn, kid. That's a bullish uptrend. You know what I mean? Like this is real bullish. How about on the weekly? Still overbought on the weekly so far. Anyway, just something to keep an eye on. Like then you're less this is just general educational stuff. Then you're less on edge. You're less on tilt on a day like today. You're like, oh, this is great. I've been waiting for this day, and I know it sounds cliche because a lot of the books talk about that, but it's true. It's true. You look forward to these types of days for that, and you're less just less panicky and stuff. You're like, all right, let's just see what happens today. What's on my buy list? That's why I was trying to keep that. Oh, so I added a couple of stocks to some stocks that some people mentioned. What'd they do today? Oh, there you go. Oh, Tuesday morning. Oh, yeah, that one had already run. That one was already like a 8-bagger or something. Anything else? What PBF? Oh, what PBF do? Right low fives. Okay. GameStop was down. You know what I mean? Then you take a peek at what was on your short list and see, oh, anything look attractive today? Or maybe you look at what's already in your portfolio. What pulled back? Maybe this is a good opportunity to buy, huh? Just a reminder, like I said, just that. Okay. Oh, Uber said, Uber, did you say 70.7? And what was it? 70.3. Okay. Hey, Uber, you said above 70. Actually, didn't most people say above 70? Cheers to all you folks who said above 70. There was a couple of us doubters here. Because I keep on thinking, no. How silly me, huh? Silly, foolish me, huh? Okay. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought it was going to be way, way behind. Good. It jumped on me. I'm like, oh, no. Okay. I took. You took the over too with the major PR this week parlay. That's right. No opinion on the news front, right? Always be prepared for nothing, right? The base case should be. My base case isn't nothing. It'd be something before the consoles. You know what I mean? But like major news is usually not the base case for what that's worth, but I kind of lean toward, because I remember I said after their earnings release, like, oh, I was expecting a bit more, and we know they're working on stuff, like these things I'm bringing up, we know they're working on a whole bunch of stuff and probably have stuff in the works, and it's just a matter of when they time the announcement of stuff, and I've long been thinking that it'd be around the time before, maybe shortly after the consoles and stuff. It just seemed like a good time to announce stuff, so that's why I kind of lean towards something, but just like we didn't get anything material last week, right? But now what are we, 2 weeks out? We 2 weeks out? Or just over 2 weeks? Okay. Parlay, very suiting legs. Yeah. Oh, was there a survey done, Uber? Okay, I missed that. Ah, shit, I wish I got that link. Was it at 160 price target? Is that up from 150? Was it always 160? 160. Hell, Eric M, welcome. Oh, and Salary Man too. Welcome. I mean, we talked about. So did he reiterate? Okay. Wow. Revenue projection made me stop. Yeah. Okay. So Uber. So that's the stuff talk. So I didn't see it, Uber, but that's how I am. Not just with that's why I always like when people will share their models or share a thorough research, because at least then I can look over it. But what sometimes happens is I'll start reading it, even like a Seeking Alpha article, whatever it is, and then I'll read it and I'll be like, oh, they're going down the wrong path. Oh, they've missed something big. And I'll just stop reading it because I got to be mindful of my own time, right? So I understand, Uber. Dave, welcome, Dave. Welcome, cheers. They must be, yeah. There you go. Yeah. A couple of friends who totally disregarded it because it's ridiculous price target. That's the thing. Even I think that's a ridiculous price target. You know what I mean? Is it somewhere? Didn't I see someone post it somewhere? Was that it? I don't even know what to search. Past 24 hours? I don't think it's on Seek. Oh, is it? What's this? I don't have anything longer. Okay, just curious. Wow. Okay. Man. 160? I can't be. I've already been confused by that. I can't continue being confused by it. I got to keep going. Put a 4 handle on the revenue line. Thank you, Uber. That gets right to the chase, huh? So is that a year-over-year decline, Uber? Was they forecasting a year-over-year decline? Oh, you know what? Did I see something that said the headline was like, oh yeah. Didn't it say the new consoles were a headwind? Didn't it say it was? You're kidding me. Yes. Benzinga. Oh, I knew I saw it. Give me a break. Come on. The PlayStation 5, the new Xbox are headwinds? I knew I said seen that somewhere. Maybe someone tweeted it out. Thank you if someone tweeted it out because I can't. Is there more to this? Underperform. 160. The three reasons shares of GameStop have risen are optimism over the console cycle, a digital revenue share, and a large stake by Chewy. The next console is a headwind as it accelerates digital disintermediation. The proportion of games downloaded digitally has increased to over 50%, far ahead of the 10%. Oh, so there's a good amount. Oh, there's a good amount here. Okay. Far ahead of the 10% at the start of the last cycle. The digital-first console models could hurt GameStop's highly profitable pre-owned gaming business. The deal with Microsoft might only increase gross profits. The move in GameStop shares on the deal was an overreaction. Several other retailers have Xbox Access program, which of course is missing some of the clarifications that we've had over the past couple weeks. Nagel said he does not believe the partnership will be large enough to offset significant gross profit dollar losses in key segments such as pre-owned gaming. Wow. Okay, this is on. So like this, if this is it, I mean, I'm more confident. You know what I mean? I'm more confident. That's it. It's this. It's this. People are missing it. People still don't see it. They don't see it. Holy shit. This is Bank of America, right? Wow. You know what I mean? The proportion of games downloaded, we're comparing it to where it was at the start of the last console cycle. Misses the Xbox All Access stuff too. Focuses on that. Thinks it kind of views it as kind of the only potential partnership. You know what I mean? So this is what we're talking about on the stream. You know what I mean? This is the wrong take. It's the wrong conclusion. It's a partial take. It's an incomplete take rather that leads to the wrong thesis. Is it pervasive? It's pervasive, I think. This is it. Wow. You know what I mean? If and that this is, well, I mean, that's there. Did he say that word? Did he say that phrase? That it's a headwind? Yes. Because it accelerates digital disintermediation. Wow. Okay. Okay, so the model must go through what free cash flows are going to be, right? And how, whoa. Yeah. This is it. Okay. I didn't see the full analysis on the last piece. This is it. Okay. They're missing it. It's taken them a while to see it. It's taken them a while to see it. Could it be with the shorts too? Is this a proxy for the short interest? I think it is. What do you think? I think it is. It's incomplete. Oh, I didn't get to see the full article last time. Because it was like it's, I don't know. Where is this? This is Benzinga. Public. Whoa. Said he does not believe the partnership, kind of viewing it, the partnership will be large enough to offset significant gross profit in key segments. Oh, Benzinga's take. GameStop is a physical retailer, and while the consoles that could provide some upside, the shift to digital is a major negative for GameStop. Okay, so that's not a take at all. Damn. Damn. It's exciting. It's a little bit exciting. It's a little bit exciting, ain't it? I keep on saying how we want that bear thesis, right? You didn't see too much on Seeking Alpha. There was that one article. We don't have too many bearish folks in the chat. We had who was it? JG kind of taking the other side there, right? Which I liked. I'm like, that's good, but I didn't think that was a particularly compelling bear thesis. So this is it. And it's incomplete. Exciting. Maybe there's more. I assume there's much more to it than just this, right? This is probably just a quick summary, but you're looking for things like the benefits that GameStop provides to the industry generally. I'm looking for attachments rates. I'm looking for additional potential partnerships down the line. All those different, like I keep bringing up those damn pillars, the different possible partnerships that could be before them or ahead of them. I mean, you know what I mean? Like the fact that they are just so uniquely positioned in this industry. And that's the thing that he's kind of viewing. This is the important thing. Like he's kind of viewing like the Microsoft part. You know what I said? I just said this, right? Oh, can you see all this? Sorry, it was too small. They're kind of viewing that Microsoft partnership as a panacea, and no one's saying that. No one's saying it. No one's saying that. It's representative of how it's representative of the value other vendors are seeing with GameStop, as management has been touting for the past 12, 18 months. They've been saying this over and over. I just pulled up that conference, but even on the transcripts and stuff, like management keeps on saying this. We crush it in the early months, in the early years of a new console cycle, because they crush it with the attachment rates. And then talk it up because of the data that they have, how their partners can leverage that as well in different and unique ways. Just from an advertising standpoint, there's just tremendous opportunity there. And this Microsoft partnership is like that first domino to fall. And the incomplete take is that everyone's viewing as that's supposed to be it, and that's not the right take. Oh. Also, I mean, is there even mention that the physical consoles are the one that's is the preferred? Is the preferred? You know what I mean? Like there's still, well, at least consoles themselves, it still comes down to physical versus digital disc, right? But that's just that. I'm surprised we're still talking about. So I remember how I said that the discussion amongst on like social media and stuff kind of felt like it was shifting to more these potential partnerships down the line. He's still kind of talking about physical versus digital, and everyone keeps on saying how. Like the digital transition is happening. I think it's just way slower than everyone's is thinking. So to suggest, who cares? I mean, the start of last console cycle, it's not irrelevant, right? But it's a lot less relevant than what it was last year or even this year, where you saw people in the middle of the damn pandemic, where GameStop had its doors closed, and still people were, what was it? Almost 45-50% were physical for Animal Crossing New Horizons and stuff, and And I think people tend to skew physical too. That's why I'm curious. He must touch on that stuff in the full article. You know what I mean? You have to touch on that stuff to compare it to. You know what I mean? Like to compare it to where it was at the start of the last console cycle. Come on, I get it for it's if it's a robust piece like 10 pages, 40 pages, whatever it is, you include that because that's relevant. But for forecasting free cash flows, like what we're trying to look at out 12 to 18 months, and that's important for that downside. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna come up with a $1.60 price target, you better be forecasting some pretty bearish free cash flows over the next 18 months. And again, we can argue till the cows come home for that long-term transformation. You know what I mean? But interesting that he goes this path. Wow. Okay. I'm intrigued. Oh, I'm glad I was able to get that. Okay. Sick. Okay. If y'all have opinions on this too, I'll be curious. Let me pop this back up. You got to see that headline, huh? Okay, so y'all think it's insane too. Okay. A couple of friends who want to... Yep. Amagus, what up? Welcome. I'm going to keep on scrolling just to try to get caught up because I kind of want to see what y'all are saying. Into the cycle. I think they got shorts usually cover into the cycle. I think they got trapped by the swift. So that is the move. It moved swiftly, right? I agree with you, but it happened quick. It kind of happened real quick. You know what I mean? Like you had the Ryan Cohen news, right? And then it was earnings right off the bat, and then it sold off, and that was kind of people were like, even though remember the new, it didn't look that bad. It looked good. We wanted a little bit more information, but it supported that downside protection in a big way. I felt. And then it went boom, boom, boom. And that move, you know what I mean? Like that second half of September. And some of us were talking about the potential buybacks. Potential, that's all. And then the Microsoft news, and it's not giving it back. It's not giving back the game. That's what I mean. That's why it's important. The one-day move, whatever. It never really gave it back. It kind of held there. And like even I've been saying, let's wait. Oh, I said this on the last stream. Like it popped, and I'm like, all right, let's just wait to see what happens. It's got no chill. Like it pops again. And then it just settles, and even I'm like, all right, is it gonna pull back? Maybe, at least earlier on, thinking maybe is there ad potential here? Let's just see how it goes. And then it's just boom, no chill, boom, no chill. So I agree with that. Maybe. On how many shorts? Well, now I'd have to think that. Dave asking how many may have been closed since October 5th. I would think very little. I bet most people. I bet Uber would agree with that. I mean, for starters, there just hasn't been that much volume, if I'm not mistaken, since what, the 15th? 11, 13, yeah, there hasn't been much. 11, 13, 16th. I mean, this is nothing for how many. This is nothing, I think. Russ, what's that? Remember we talked about that Budweiser commercial? I was like, what's up? And then, but y'all remember Scary Movie too, when he was going, what's up? Oh, and Scream was on TV this weekend. Anyone still watch TV? Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know. Is there something to the short interest where we just don't understand where they can get out somehow? I have no idea. Above my pay grade. Whoo! It really elucidates things. Oh yeah, I had that Uber, right? Because I liked it. This one. Wow, that short interest got high, huh? And the share price has been declining. You know what I mean? This isn't even market cap. Oh, you may have had another one that was market cap, or shares, or something, didn't you? Did I not like it? Did you? You posted something. I think you posted a bunch, didn't you? What's this? What's that one? What's this one? Yeah, there you go. Green is the shares outstanding. Boom, right, every quarter. And then the orange is just the share price rising, right? And then the blue is the share sold short all the way across. So you see the share count going down, and that short interest rising to the point where now it's above. Well, this was probably posted before the short interest update, but See, that's the thing. There's no stock price got no chill. It's important because that's why today it's like if it only goes down 10%. Again, one of the biggest the biggest in the positions in that Roaring Kitty portfolio, right? But it's not that big. It's not that big of a move. All right, let me keep going. I wouldn't think about just generally. I wouldn't think about that dark pool stuff too much. And I say that just usually I'm always gonna I discount this stuff. It's just because I don't understand. Unless you have if it's not high conviction analysis, I just wouldn't weight it too heavily in your models. If I'm wrong and you want to educate me on there's something I'm missing, please point me to a research paper or something like that, or the impact that these things can have. But until I see that, I always discount that stuff. I saw a couple of people mention it as I was scrolling down, and who else we got? New Tiny Gamer, welcome. Yeah, so Super Saucy adds, I think a lot of traders were in the stock and got stopped out throughout the day. Yeah, so those short-term folks, this is, remember, this is what makes a market. Everyone's involved for, oh, that's interesting. It came right then, back to that chart. There's probably some short-term folks, right? And everyone's still, thinking squeeze. So yeah, some folks are kind of in it. And if the stock price moves against it, when this uptrend breaks a little bit, if people are looking at this trend line, boom. So that could be this, people get stopped out. I agree with that, right? Because they're a different type of investment style, right? Boom. Stock sells off. I bet that's part of it. Also, it happened to coincide with that RSI broken below 50. But anyway, that's a good point to mention. I don't even know about throughout the day. Maybe if they had them pretty tight, maybe that 1450 range. I don't know. Whatever. Cheyenne, yes sir, let's go. Yours truly, welcome. Yeah, I agree. Needing a short-term outcome. Yeah, because someone just said that, right? Short-term on GME. Yeah, that's tough. It's tough. That's some people's investment styles, right? It's just for an individual investor, I've long felt it's really tough. But that's how I feel. I tend to agree. Oh yeah. See you on the Mercedes-Benz videos about esports, EVs. Yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. I think I'll bring those up. Y'all see this shit? Kind of interesting. See you had sent this or picked up on this. Will that play? I don't know if y'all can hear that. I'm gonna keep on scrolling while it plays though. You check this out. You can see that, right? Hey! I'm not even sure. you know what? I think this. Yo, see you. I'm thinking maybe I should have showed the other one. The problem, I didn't know how related to gaming that one was. You know what I mean? There was another one too, though. I forget where it was. Shit. Okay. All right. Let me go. I may bring up that other one. See you in just a sec. I'm gonna try to get caught up. Next 2 weeks roller coaster. It could be. I don't know about that. I don't see anything that indicates it could be. Again, probably news is what's gonna drive this in a big way. I'd be prepared for between 11 and 16, and then it's gonna take news to break out of that. That's what I'm thinking. But I guess, I mean, for some people that's a big move, right? 11 down to 11 from 15, but not for me. I don't care. Okay, post. Hey, Russ. All right. No, Russ is stepping in for Trey. Thanks, Russ. Thanks, sir. Appreciate it. And Alex, too. Cheers, y'all. All right. Yeah, we got 30 likes. All right. Say, we got 75 people. Cheers. I really like to see that because, like I said, on the big down day like today, that's good. Like some people might just sell out, but that we have that many people on a day like today, I view that as, just from an educational standpoint, a good sign because like I was just saying, like days like today are arguably more important from a technical standpoint. Other than that, it's more the fundamental news, of course, but blah, 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 blah. Oh yeah, Microsoft tomorrow. Yep. I know. I'm looking forward to that. See if they mention the GameStop partnership, right? Oh, that'd be great. Yeah. Oh, if y'all hear anything or see anything, yeah, let me know on Twitter or wherever. Stock Twits or something. When is it? I don't even know when it is. I don't know if I'll catch it. We'll see. Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo. Yep. Yeah, Nintendo too, right? Microsoft, all three. I mean, right? I mean, obviously, right? That's what we're saying. Nintendo's got theirs. They got some. Okay. Oh, is Nintendo bumped? August 6th, not going to fall. Very stable group of iron. Yeah, maybe. It does seem increasingly more stable than it used to be. I'll tell you that much, right? After a run-up, too. Like, you'd get these run-ups, and then would just sell off hard. You know what I mean? I saw that a few times. But even for the most part, it really wasn't... The chart never looked crazy. I mean, it looked bad if you went back 3 or 4 years, but that's why it's a mistake to just look at a chart. I think... I hope that any pure technical analysts on here don't yell at me, but if you just look at this chart, you look at this shit. If you're screening, you're just looking at charts. You see this, you move on. You wouldn't. You would have never touched it here. It looked terrible, right? And even here, if it sells off, but that's the thing. Once we kind of got out of there, it never looked terrible. It looked terrible, like looked kind of sus there for a couple of days in March and April. But other than that, the chart was okay. Like I felt, because we knew what was happening fundamentally, right? What was evolving, new management team, blah blah blah, and everyone kept talking about past management mistakes and stuff like that. It was just bad analysis. The chart was like, damn, this looks okay. And but now it's still looking okay, even as it's in an uptrend. It's sick. Okay. Oh, okay. So it's gonna be after hours. Okay. Yeah, I don't know about deceptive. I don't see that Amagus. I wouldn't know. I mean, I don't know what you're referring to, but I feel like like those words like manipulation and stuff, that's thrown around way too much in my experience. For what that's worth, I mean, I don't know to what you're referring, but that's one of those things too. I wouldn't go down that path. That's not to say it definitely stuff like that doesn't happen. I'm not saying that. I'm not naive, but I think in most cases when I see that tossed around on social media and stuff, I feel like it might be people who maybe don't understand what's happening, myself included, and don't attribute to don't attribute to malice that which can be attributed to well, I don't want to say just stupidity, but even ignorance or whatever it might be. Okay. Miles, welcome back, Miles. Oh, I added you. On StuckTwits. I saw you. You reached out. Yeah, I know. So Tiny Gamer says, yeah, 160 is a joke. Even if it went bankrupt, that's the thing. 160, right? I mean, it might as well be zero at that point. That's really tough to get to 160. Like I said, I can get to $50 or $100. I can get there. In my head, it's not like, to me, it doesn't seem like it's absurd. It's difficult to get there fundamentally. What needs to happen? You need certain things to go right, but it can happen. It's in the cards here. There's the option for that. Like, I have a hard time getting to like zero here with this. It's just the bearish assumptions caked in. I can't get there. Am I biased? Is my bias? I don't think so. I mean, we'll know soon enough. We'll see Q4, we'll see Q1, we'll see Q2, and that'll be it. Will be it. Like if you have that bearish of a price target, or if you're this short, or you know what I mean, with that perspective, you need a lot of stuff to play out in the next 12 months. That's it. For to be that bearish on it, right? You cannot be super bullish. You cannot be uber bullish. Like, that's cool. There's a case to be made for that. But the inverse, you need a lot of stuff to go. You need like just about every single little thing to go wrong, and that's just unlikely. Oh shit! I'm just getting caught up. Miles says yes. Headwind. Yeah, that's right. Headwind. Outrage. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Ooh. All right. So y'all on the same page. Sorry, I'm so slow catching up. But okay. Outrage. Okay, I'm not alone there. Good. Yeah. As Uber says, the sell side has management failure as their baseline, right? And there's a possibility of that, but for it to be the baseline, and it couldn't not just. And Uber, I just tack on to that. It's not so much just management failure, but it could also be, I think I said this phrasing in my second video, that even if management does a great job, it's just a sinking ship. You know what I mean? That I think that's part of it. That it has to be part of it. It can't just be management incompetence. That's not enough. But I think, okay. Maybe that is their baseline, but I tack on as also part of their baseline that even if they're not, it's not a total failure. You know what I mean? I know Uber knows what I mean. That even if they do a status quo, right, that it's just not good enough because the ship is going down and it doesn't matter. You can be perfect in your potential turnaround plans, but it's just not enough, just not fast enough. So it's that combination of imminent obsolescence. That's what that's what I've been saying. But then, yeah, imagine if they. So yeah, that kind of ties back to that tweet that I had. The hell is it? That recent one. So I said Bear's fully priced in a failed transformation, in perhaps also, as Uber's saying, management failure. You know what I mean? But then consider if they don't. What if it doesn't? It could be tremendous upside, and that's the optionality that's being heavily discounted by the market. You can't. That's the thing. You see this in options too, where you see these mispriced, and I remember just viewing GameStop stock as itself. As a type of an option play where it's a potentially hugely valuable option on the gaming industry. And it doesn't even need to be 100% certainty that it pans out. I've said that a number of times now, but there's value in that. And just imagine if the management doesn't fail. And again, that's the thing. It's like everything so far indicates that management like gets it and they're doing a good job. that's why I have a hard time being like I said, I was really dialed into every little thing they were doing just to make sure they didn't drop the ball. They're not total doofuses or whatever. And now I'm like the opposite. And people on the stream last week kind of coming around to that too, which is good to see because I've been thinking that for a number of quarters now, number of months at least. And so now I think, now they're dialed in. They kind of know what they got to do, and they've been doing what they had to do already. And then they kind of, I mean, that Microsoft partnership's a good one. But when you call back to like this other stuff, like Dimitri posted here, and just there's other examples of this, you're like, they've kind of been, as we've been saying, dialed in, but like laser focused on this gaming stuff, right? In ways that the past management team couldn't even, I don't want to say dream of, but just couldn't execute. It's only a headwind if they don't get the delivery service set up. It's entirely COVID dependent, only way that's rational. It's only a headwind. I mean, I don't agree with that. That they don't get the deliveries, even if they don't get the delivery service set up, it's a huge tailwind. I mean, I think that they will, but it's maybe are you saying their thesis is entirely COVID dependent? Did they mention it? I didn't see it. I mean, did they mention their store? I didn't see that. They also timed that article right. Oh, I wouldn't think about the intraday moves, but they may have timed the article on the day. You know, I mean, sometimes on PRs you sometimes see that where you say they timed it on the downward day, like it was a big down day, right? So then you kind of layer it on. But I feel like it's like that's gonna have an impact. Maybe I'll be wrong about that. That's gonna have an impact. It's like when you see the big fire and you're like putting a little pail of water on it. Like it's not gonna do anything. I don't think. But sometimes you see these things timed like that. Okay, so y'all. Okay, you're in the. We're all in the same boat. Makes no sense. Yeah, they're thinking bankruptcy. You know what I mean? Bankruptcy's real hard to get to. Real hard, I think. He doesn't mention bankruptcy, does he? But that's pretty damn close to it. Oh wow. Yeah, the bonds trading above par, right? I'm sure they still are. Willful ignorance or deception, yeah. Or just I mean, we can't say. We'll only be able to say this with hindsight, but it could just be. We say willful. It could also just be. Some people just draw the wrong conclusions from their analysis. That happens. So without it being something going on behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Sometimes people just draw the wrong conclusions. So it could be that too. Don't discount that too much. So I agree with, who was it, Super Saucy, who just said, yeah, bring up the bonds. So I'm always bringing up the bonds, right? We were just doing it on the last stream, just pulling up for some, what were we pulling for Discovery? Oh, they're just under. But right there, I agree. That's always my go-to. Tradable float is around 2 million. So Miles Hunt, the entire bear thesis is that it's secular decline. Bulls take a peek under the hood and realize it's cyclical. Simple as that. As the legacy business is in secular decline, right? Legacy business as it stands is in secular decline. There's some aspects they can do, I think, to lengthen it a bit, but at the end of the day, those physical software sales are likely to decline. Looking at 5 years and 10 years and stuff. But there's a major cyclical tailwind, I'd say, and there has been a cyclical headwind for the past 12 months, right? I mean. Right, and so that's why like looking at the past 12 months is almost kind of silly for forecasting certain things. But I agree that a big chunk of their bear thesis is that it's in secular decline. I mean, that's the major part of it, right? But that's the thing. I would say bulls take a peek under the hood and realize that there are ways to transform because there's huge optionality here. These different aspects they can do because of this unique position they're in. That's what I'd say. But also that their downside is protected, that the free cash flow that they'll be able to generate because of this cyclical tailwind will allow them, it will be able to subsidize a potential turnaround. That's what I'd say, what I see. Yes, those shorts are now taking bull arguments to add to their short thesis. Oh, okay. Thank you, Uber. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, motivations and incentives and stuff. I know. As far as the that bear thesis goes. Digital disintermediation. I mean, there's a point to that. That's not totally bonkers, that phrasing. This disintermediate, you're going to see this word a lot. Because that's effectively what's happening to its legacy business as more folks are turning to digital games and stuff. That's what they're saying is that GameStop. I mean, this is that bear. This is that long term. This is the secular decline. This is just another way of phrasing it. But what's not being priced in is that optionality for some different avenues they can go on to replace. And I'm going to pull up. We're saying, I'm going to pull it up again. I feel like I've been doing once a stream at least. Then I just keep it up because I really liked her phrasing. Okay. So to counter disintermediation, Stephanie Wisink of Jeffrey says, we can map new value drivers in concept to fully counter reduced package software sales, but still too early to fully underwrite valuation. That's the optionality. She sees it, and other folks don't. And I like, she says, just need to see a little bit more, and then I can actually I can fully underwrite a potential change in that. But it's interesting to me that most of the bear. Now I haven't seen the full article, but I think, I don't know. Can you not map this shit out? I can map this shit out. People in the chat have been doing a great job. CU's been crushing it, and some other folks kind of tossing out some of those damn bullet points. How many times? I feel like I bring up the same stuff every stream. There's so many different things they can do, and some of them are high margin and they can grow over time. To not even see it, or to heavily, maybe you see it, but you just heavily doubt it. You know what I mean? You assign a very low probability to management being able to execute, to Uber's point, that they won't be able to, or that the vendors don't see it. Microsoft just closed its stores. There's another incentive to team up with a brick and mortar retailer like GameStop. But even that omni-channel, kind of honing its omni-channel experience, that's what I mean. That's kind of, there's some stuff they can do to the legacy business to kind of strengthen that a bit, even though it still remains in secular decline. But then there's all this optionality here that, why did I just, the disintermediation. So my point is just being that it's a real thing, that the legacy business, but there's just all this other optionality here. Okay. Yeah, yep. Jake, the console cycle no longer matters. I don't know, kid. I don't know if you're being sarcastic. Jorge, drink. Cheers, Jorge. And Makeshift. Welcome back, Makeshift. Oh, shit. Sorry, Uber. Oh, okay. Thanks, Uber. Oh, okay. So JV adds, I'm much more bullish on the upside from the PC market than I am from a revenue share with Microsoft. PC is like adding an additional Microsoft or Sony to their numbers if they can see online adoption. Cheers to that. You know what I mean? That's another one that a lot of folks aren't talking about. Or they're discounting a bit too much. I mean, do we see is PC? I don't know. I forget if PC is explicitly listed here. But a lot of folks have been saying that in the chat, which I find exciting because I'm not as dialed into that aspect of the business, and I see people talking about how this. First of all, I can see how it's a natural fit for a GameStop, right? I get this. It's a foot in the door, too, for esports, right? But also these tend to be higher margin accessory type things. It's a good bolt-on. It's a good addition to that legacy business like I was talking about. Those accessory type items, those aren't going to go, like the games themselves might be largely digital, but this other stuff is not. And it's just, and then a potential used market. I'm kind of intrigued by that. People have been saying, hey, there's a used market here, and some of this PC type stuff too. I think, damn, that could be a natural fit for a GameStop as well. So I like that, JV, because you're right. Most of us are talking about some of these other types of partnerships, Nintendo, Sony, and then gaming partnerships, and then some potential advertisements of some sort, leveraging the power up rewards, blah, blah, blah. But the PC stuff, maybe arguably not talked about enough. It's a fair point, JV. Thank you. Manchild, welcome back. Welcome back, Manchild. Cheers. Musical Felony, welcome back. James Lee, welcome. Cheers, everybody. Everyone in the house tonight. We've got a packed house. Sick. Okay. May get more info. Okay. Oh, Daniel, Microsoft News didn't change Daniel's investment thesis, but for me, I'd say it changed it a little bit. That long-term potential turnaround, that increased the chances. You know what I mean? They've been talking about it, and I was kind of expecting it, but to actually see it announced, and then as Justin and Uber dug a bit deeper, talking to investor relations, kind of seeing how that long-term benefit there could be more meaningful than the market is pricing in. It's kind of substantiating that potential turnaround, whereas over the past 12 months, I've been kind of discounting it because I try to be conservative on that front. I try to be conservative on the upside and focus on the downside. But now is really and then Ryan Cohen took a stake too, and then they're inking these partnerships and talking about those deals. And I talked about that press release they had, talking about this whole omnichannel experience, how they really dialed into that stuff. And I think, but anyway, back to the Microsoft one. It kind of changed mine a little bit for the better, for what that's worth, Daniel. But I appreciate you sharing. Yeah, so Melkia, welcome. Why would Sony and Nintendo, who are not trying to be Netflix for games like Microsoft, do a revenue share? Just trying to play devil's advocate besides trying to stop GME from... Yeah, it's a good question. It's a good question that we've been talking about on the stream, Melkia. That's the thing. That I don't even know how likely... Is the Sony one likelihood? Is it likely? I mean, they had the other ones with the consoles. And I see some people talking about that, but I don't know. For that reason, maybe it's Microsoft is the primary partnership, and the other ones are maybe lesser importance. I have no clue. So this is one of those cases where I just defer to management. But it's a good point that I don't know. It could be. Well, you mentioned Nintendo too, Sony and Nintendo, but there are other types of partnerships besides those ones, right? I keep on talking about game publisher partnerships, advertising type partnerships with the other gaming incumbents. So there are others as well. But the short answer is I'm not sure. I would bring up Dimitri's article here, his latest article, kind of making the case, coming at it from how GameStop benefits the industry generally, not so much Sony specifically, but just lays out a very good case going through all these different ways GameStop benefits the industry. And so you're coming at it kind of from maybe a Sony versus Microsoft. Okay. But just check out this article to see how GameStop even benefits a Sony as well. That's not to say that it means that a partnership is imminent or anything like that. I don't know. But GameStop benefits some of these vendors. That's what I'm getting at. It increases the lifetime value of some of their customers, the TAM, I mean, just the total market available to some of these vendors. And then... higher attachment rates, and then what a couple. I had a whole list. I put together that tweet. I kind of forget. Okay. All right, let me keep going. Oh yes, Ruber talking about his charts. Yep. Just going up over 100% ownership. I think he's being sarcastic. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't view this. I would just view it as like that the short interest is so high. I'd just view it more as like just a dangerous setup. You know what I mean? I mean, it seems odd that you'd be able to short. I mean, it's possible. It's technically possible, right? And legal and all that stuff. I mean, that's how the market works. And I don't think any of us are particular. I mean, we're not really experts on that part of it. But it seems just like a dangerous position. Do you know what I mean? I think that's the way to think about this. And just remember, if like we have high conviction, many of the bulls here have high conviction on our thesis. But just imagine having a bear thesis and having as high of conviction in your bear thesis. And that's why you can kind of lean toward, well, what's definitely true about that bear thesis is the company's in secular decline. And that's why you can tell that that's definitely a big chunk of that thesis. It has to be. And then just the sheer size of it suggests it could be larger players. But you know what I mean? Like if they're totally convinced in their thesis, almost like how some of us kind of are on the bull thesis. You can imagine just going, well, let's just go ham. You know what I mean? Try to stop me. And just seems particularly dangerous to me. You know what I mean? If unhedged and if unable to get out. But I just think about it like that. Yeah, as Musical says, I see it as the shorts throwing water in a fire. They don't know is that it's extremely hot oil fueling that fire. It might explode. I know what you're getting at, Musical. I kind of see that too. I'm like, yo, you know what I mean? That's why I just think even those incremental adds to that short position seems to me very risky, very dangerous for that reason. You know, Musical? To be 108% sure, just as, I mean, you get what I'm saying there, because it's like, what does it say, 108, 107%? 108% of the outstanding shares. It's like, hey, are you that confident? How? Because the Microsoft partnership itself. And also, by the way, didn't we? I mean, based on Rod's calculation, depending on what your assumptions you use, you get a. I mean, depending on whether it's to perpetuity and so forth, and whether it's growing and blah blah blah, kind of, you get a pretty hefty fair value of that discounted fair value of that partnership. So it's not nothing. And stack a couple of those on there, you kind of replace the whole legacy business. You know what I mean? So it's kind of surprising that they. What was the phrasing again? That he doesn't think it could. The partnership will be large enough to offset significant gross profit dollar losses in key segments such as pre-owned gaming. All right. Lots of kiddies. Oh, watch that video. Yeah. Okay, I'm still a little bit behind. Spider Cat. Cheers, Spider Cat. Sees it as a good buying opportunity. Wait, did they say Cohen's a headwind? It's a joke? It's a joke, right? Senvest investing implies further derating. Oh, this must be a joke, right? They didn't say that. Okay. Yeah, tried to slip says $5 in net cash. Actually, I think someone else said that. I forgot. They're 160 right now. That's the thing. So you're pricing in cash burn over the next 12 months. You know what I mean? That's why I'm always like, that's your price target. My first question is, what are your free cash flows? What free cash flows are you forecasting over the next 18 months, right? Because you're forecasting that they're burning cash, right? Or you're forecasting that they're going to make some dumbass acquisition or something like that, where they very clearly said they're not going to do something stupid, and they haven't. They must be really bare. Like, you don't think the company can generate free cash flow in this? I don't think that's. I think that's the wrong take. But they have to be. Musical. This is Elon Musk watching the stream. Cheers, Elon. We knew Burry and Cohen. We know they are, but Elon Musk too. Cheers, Elon. Rumor Switch Pro is January, February. Oh yeah, Beliefs. I was it January, February? I thought it was March or April, but I have no idea why I thought that. Saying that the Switch Pro is coming in January, February 2021. Why was I thinking March? I really don't remember. But yeah, I do think it's early 2021. Okay, CU's adding to our previous statement. If stores shut down again, they already are in Texas, GME will likely have to resort to delivery to fulfill pre-sale orders. A stay-at-home order before console drop risks everything. Not everything, but I agree. It's not ideal, that's for sure. Where GME has the advantage is the big box retailers literally close their electronics sections in large parts of the country. Okay. Then so that you're tagging that onto your point about the importance of delivery and stuff. All right, it is increasingly important, right? I mean, in this type of environment than it was. Won't they still have the order online pickup at the store? At least they'll have that. If I'm not, is or not or no CU? Are they fully closed in Texas? Hyperbole Kid, welcome back. Welcome back. The PC products that they're adding are high margin. I imagine that applies to the pre-built computers. Okay, talk about okay. Oh, there you go. Police says, I think there's a market for used PC parts untapped. How is it untapped? Doesn't that surprise anybody else? Like, I keep on thinking that shit's untapped. I mean, I'm keep being surprised. And a couple people said that was untapped. I'm like, damn. Maybe it's just not that large of a market, right? Must be. Oh, yeah. Hyperbole saying, to CU's point, they need to sell computer parts or anything that makes them essential biz, so they would not have to close because of COVID. That's interesting. I didn't really think about it like that. Oh, okay. So CU says El Paso. They already put some stay-at-home orders. Okay. Thanks for sharing, CU. Excuse me. Right, I agree with you, CU. Regardless, CU. I mean, I agree with you, right? They need to set themselves up, and maybe they have, right? Maybe they have to a degree. But what we're talking about here, the delivery option, obviously the order online, pick up on store which they had, but the delivery option, and then the potential for if they're selling these computer parts and PC type stuff, could they even remain open? Could they be seen? I think that's it. That's interesting. So maybe they have. But then with electric cars, Trey, welcome back, Trey. Thank you, Trey. Thank you, Trey. Yep, component sales are high margin. They were close. Yeah, James. I think they are close on same-day delivery service. Real close. We'll probably get an announcement somewhat soon, I would think, before the new consoles. Like we got the new payment options today. Is that this one? I can't really see that. That interest-free buy now, payment later. Here we are just a couple weeks before, so I bet we might get some delivery stuff. Weren't they trialing it in a couple of areas first? And before they rolled it out to the masses, but yeah. Most people just store their old GPUs. Nobody sells. Okay. Yeah, they're already. Yeah, to Uber's point, they're running the pilot in a bunch of markets for same day. Yeah, and remember, they still have they get delivery too. So, even if stores close or if all stores close, there's still an option to folks. But indeed, that hurts some of these retail businesses, right? Oh, James says, but nobody's buying the used PC stuff. Okay. Ecosystem to get easier to get customer data regarding what PC stuff. Oh, okay. Dennis, welcome back. Welcome, Dennis. Welcome. It's like a way of going. We introduce same day pickups for console release. Right. That's what they do. Yep. Yeah, I agree. I hope it comes to all markets too. That same day delivery. Ideally, that comes to all markets, right? That just takes time. Tough to implement it, but hopefully the larger markets, especially, right? Oh yeah, hyperbole. I mean, if they kick that into gear, they're gonna be they'll be promoting that shit everywhere. Oh yeah. Simple again, initial. Oh. Oh, Jay Boot says, welcome, Jay Boot, number one. There are a lot of people watching this, even though you have very few subs. Is that true? I don't even know. Is 71 a lot? For how many subs? I'm over 300 now, by the way. That was sick. I think I saw 333. The 100's the big one, right? Because you get over 100, you can change the name. Is that a lot? We're all dialed in, right? We're trying to do this. Trying to do our GameStop analysis, right? That's fine by me. I that's interesting though. But like, I don't even know those observations. So I appreciate you sharing that, Jay Booth. Thank you. I don't know what that means, but I'm curious about that stuff. Okay, election uncertainty. Yep. Milkia says, I agree. GME does appeal to the hardcore gamer more. Oh, interesting. Okay. I just think Microsoft's strategy is fundamentally different. Clearly hope I'm wrong. All right. Thanks for sharing that. That's interesting. Okay. People talk about election impact. Yep. Okay. Oh, is it up after hours? Was that 1.3? What are we at? Ah. GME would not be able to lowball the PC guys, Makeshift says. That's it. Yeah, see, I don't know enough about that. They're like the PC incumbents. Interesting. A trade-in program for those parts. Oh, yeah, I think Trey had said that before, too. Oh, I think I'm almost caught up. John G trying to help me. I'm almost caught up, John G. I think I'm close. Yeah, Russ mentions Newegg. Yeah, Newegg is one of those incumbents. John G, I'm almost there, John G. I'm going. Oh, there you go. Trey says, is it 1,000 subs? I had no idea. You have the option, right? You have the option, though, right? It doesn't, like, automatically happen, Trey? It doesn't happen automatically, does it? But I didn't even know that. See, there you go. I only thought 100 mattered because it can change the name. When I say I can change the name, I can change the URL. It says, like, youtube.com/Roaring Kitty. Woo! Right. I thought it was kind of cool because it's just some random-ass URL otherwise. Okay, so 1,000. It's hopefully just an option, though. Okay. Okay, do you think there'll be a shortage of stock? Jose Diaz, welcome. A shortage of stock the day the consoles arrive. Could it hurt? We were talking about that. It's not looking like there's going to be a huge production shortage. That'll be tight, but I'm not so sure it's going to have a huge, major negative impact on GameStop. Looking out the longer term anyway. Just kind of might just have lumpier returns, lumpier free cash flows. I mean. Oh shit! Is there Daniel? Is there a stock trend? Hold on, am I logged in? Oh, because that's wait. How do I do that? How can I do that? Oh shit, that's funny. Okay. Eventually, you have more than a few millions trying to get me. What's that? Oh yeah, okay. Caught up, baby. 8:30. Okay, that's not bad. What's today? Monday? Friday? Didn't it take me till like after 10 o'clock? Was that Friday? Jeez. On Friday, the stream broke. It broke. It was like we were like hour 6 or something like that, and I didn't know it broke. And I was doing research on one of the companies, and then everyone started leaving, and I thought everyone was bored. It just turned out that shit froze, so I just had to change up the scene. It took me a couple minutes, but I finally got it back up. Seems like it's holding up okay today. But that's what happens. You go 5-6 hours. Maybe you two can't handle that. They're like, oh, we got to break this shit. I am caught up, Jake. I made it. I made it. I'll keep an eye on this. Let me close out of some stuff. Oh, and pop this stuff up. What's this? Okay. Okay. I hear you loud and clear. Oh, let me check out the okay. Oh. Okay. Oh, didn't know that. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I wasn't thinking about that. Trey. Oh, okay. All right, yeah, I'll have to dig in deeper to that, poke around. You know what I mean? Like I hadn't been, and he had said that too. Steve Stonk, welcome back, Steve Stonk. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Seems very interesting. Yeah. What's left of it, right, Steve? Okay. Yep, got it. Everyone's in on it now. Everyone's in on it. Oh, shit. All right, I'll have to look into that. See, I haven't heard anything. Where's the Yeah, a different one, right? Henry, what up? Let me pull this up again. Do I got that? Man, I look one way and then it's gone. Yep. I'm impressed how quickly it happens. I want to just check out this. Steve, bottom shelf. Steve on bottom shelf looker tonight because of this. Right. Yeah. Transient, good question. I think I got it up. There you go. Just about par. Pair 30 for me. Those airplane 2-ounce bottles of Crown. Oh, dude, that's... I mean... No, Crown ain't bottom shelf, though, right? Maybe just because it's small? That's why? Thanks, Trey. Had to pay very close attention to that, you know what I mean? Katzi. Welcome. What do they? Trying to keep following it. Oh, man, it's all disappearing. They just. Katzi. What opportunity to the short see here would maybe possible? Yeah, Katzi. I think they have to be priced. We were talking about that a bit earlier. We talked about it quite a bit because of some of this stuff. I'm still watching the chat. Was that our? Oh, did I X out of it? It seems like they're pricing in bankruptcy, looking out like 12 months or 18 months or 2 years or something, which seems unlikely in my analysis. I think it's highly unlikely. So, but I think that they're betting on secular risks, of course, which are legitimate, right? But and then they're thinking that it maybe leads to semi-imminent bankruptcy, looking out 18 months. You know what I mean? I think it's highly unlikely in my analysis. I just don't. I can't get there after that, following that bond exchange. You know what I mean? And the cash that they've been able to get on the books leading into the console cycle, they're showing up. They ain't messing around. Buy Kitty a beer button. That's not a thing on streams, is it? You kidding? They can't be. Oh. Is it for the plan? Is it Pat? Oh. I gotcha. I may have known that. I certainly didn't remember that. Oh. Makes sense now more, huh? Look into using Nightbot and set up your Streamlabs so people can support your stream. All right, I'll look into. Thanks, Trey. You always help me out with it. Nightbot has a chatbot in Streamlabs. Is it? Oh, is that what Streamlabs is? Okay, thanks, Trey. I'll look into that type stuff. I'll add that to my list of stuff to just research. Thank you, Trey. Yeah, good call on that. But why male models? But why GameStop? Yeah, I think Trey. When people like this, I think you've mentioned that before, Trey. Right? I think you may have mentioned that before. Oh, I missed that. I missed that one. Shit. Spider Cat. Oh shit. I'll look into that spider. You know. No. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Streamlabs also has an overlay. Oh. Interesting. I saw that. Okay. Is Streamlabs? I forget. Is Streamlabs used in lieu of Is Streamlabs used in lieu of OBS? Oh, is it? It's not worth. Henry, you saying it's not worth it because there's only 330 subs? Okay. But like you. Oh, I see. You would only do that until it's worth it. I bet that's what Henry's saying. Okay. I have no imminent plans to do it. I'm just curious. Okay, thanks, Henry. Just curious. Has a version of OBS. It's garbage though. Okay. There is a thing. Oh, okay. I see that. Oh, okay. Okay. Now it's starting to make more sense to me. Nice find. Oh, Streamlabs is to augment. Streamlabs has overlays, etc. for followers and stuff. Okay, thanks, Trey. Can I use it with OBS, or is it used? Oh, you said it has an OBS version, so I'd use something to it. Okay. Oh, Manchop. Someone else asked this. Am I dumb for thinking I'll believe the reaction? Yeah, no, Uber. I'm with you, Uber. I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Uber. You know what I mean? Base case, nothing until proven otherwise. You know what I mean? That's how I'm interpreting this. Just to be clear, I think that's what you're asking. Okay. So margin of all, mother of all short squeezes. Yeah. Base stream was just render something from the URL onto your stream. Got it, Trey. Okay, I thought that's what that was. And so, Manchild, I had looked into Twitch first. I was gonna go Twitch. I was gonna go the Twitch path, and then when I was looking into it, I think I have the account, and then I decided, perhaps wrongly so, to go with YouTube. I just thought. I mean, obviously I know Twitch is largely for gamers, but I know there's other folks on Twitch too. But I thought of course. I mean, hopefully it's coming out. You know what I mean? Soon. So if we'll have to see. I see it. I see that. Yeah. Sorry, I was just reading some of the chat as I go through answering the questions. So I did what Trey went with too easy to get. Oh. Permaban too. Oh, I didn't think about that stuff. I just did what Trey was doing. Like I just thought more people for discoverability. So that's a good word. I didn't think about discoverability, but I just thought more people use YouTube, right? Like I don't my like family and friends and folks, like they're not even on Twitch. So I'm like, all right, that's number one. So I just thought more with Streamlabs you can stream on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch simultaneously. That's kind of sick. I didn't know that, Henry. And so I'm like, all right, just go with YouTube. But I felt like people would be more likely to just click YouTube links and everything like that. So that's it. But I think I created the Twitch account first. I was like, all right, let's do Twitch. Let's go. And then I looked around. I didn't see much investing stuff on Twitch. Am I wrong? Oh, he does? Negreanu's on. He plays poker on Twitch? I didn't know that, man, child. Again. There you go. So what Trey says, YouTube promotes content across the world. Pretty much only gamers use Twitch. Right. There's other stuff there, like Manchild just said Negreanu's on there. That's sick. I do like Negreanu, just not as promoted. Okay. I think that it sounds like YouTube was the right first step there. The IRL section on Twitch is interesting. But thanks for sharing this. Like I dug into it and I didn't see much investing stuff on there. And I thought, I don't know how many people would be checking in for this. And like, how many of you would even have gone and seen it on Twitch? You know what I mean? Like, I wonder how many of you would have come across it. You might not have. So, but anyway, I appreciate that. And I'm very interested in the Streamlabs thing down the line. I got to look into that. Where the hell's my... Oh, my daughter took it somewhere. Yeah, I'll remember. There you go. Azul. Cheers, Azul. Wanted to come across it. Thanks for sharing. Just curious. Did I miss some stuff here? Good questions. Okay, so Trey was saying you get a GME bar sponsorship. Maybe down the line, huh? Can you imagine? I don't know what there's to sponsor here, but maybe I'll start gaming, huh? Well, GameStop will work out in a big way, huh? I'll go on Twitch. I'll stream. You'll see me suck at games and stuff. GameStop headband. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Maybe down the line, huh? Okay, use a browser source in OBS. Okay, thank you, Trey. I know how to do that. Just render something from the URL to the stream. Yep. Use a browser source. Yep. Then always. Okay, should I scroll too high? A religious stream. It's like a religious stream for shorts. They need forgiveness for being. I know, right, Russ? Russ, I wonder if they're tuning in. You know what I mean? I'd like it to just have the discussion. You know what I mean? No joke. But then we can. Who is it? JG doing a good job taking the devil's. Some people even today trying to take that devil's advocate. Always feel. I encourage folks to try to take that devil's advocate. Press us. You know what I mean? Like that. Could dedicate some stream, not now, right? But like you get a vision of stream dedicated to that, where you split it up, be like, yo, you gotta. I guess that's what they do in like debates and stuff, don't they? Like you gotta argue this point. Good luck. But we feel like we've been getting a vibe like that in some recent streams. Maybe Twitch and upload the videos on YouTube. Oh, I missed that, man, child. Okay, so Trey wouldn't have found it either. Okay, too easy to get banned on. I like the multi-streaming type thing. That's interesting to me. Okay, so tagging along with Uber said, no PR makes me think non-material, right? Maybe down the line, right, John? You know what I mean? With all this stuff. all this stuff is, I think, immaterial or not meaningful until it's like it should be immaterial until proven otherwise. You know what I mean? Or there's is Philly Steaks on the stream, or there's innocent until proven guilty, right? But there's that Jay-Z song from, what was it, the Dynasty album way back when? Guilty until proven innocent? Wasn't that one of the songs? Or the name of the album? I forget. I listened to that recently. I couldn't believe that shit. That was one of my first. That was one of the. No, it was like the second Jay-Z album. The first one was that. I forget the name of it. It's the one with like. It's a hard knock life for. There was a couple of bangers on that one back in the day. I was too young for that. To get it, I was listening to it, and then I think I got that. Was it? I think it was the Dynasty. It's going like this. Okay, so thank you for sharing this, Spider. I'm always curious about this. Spider, the only reason I found this channel is because I kept searching GameStop stuff on YouTube. Thank you for sharing that. I was told, Steven was telling me, hey, you got to put it in the title and stuff, make sure. So thanks for sharing that. So that YouTube search algorithm, it seems like it works. What games do you prefer to suck at? Oh, I know. Well, I'm hoping to get more into it this new console cycle. I was playing a lot of Call of Duty with my friends and stuff back in the day. I was actually a huge Nintendo fan. I haven't been playing it as much, but I hope to get back into it and suck at way more games soon. But let's see where GameStop goes. You know what I mean? Okay, Twitch doesn't have a gambling on the card. That was funny to me, I guess. Just play a card game. Yo, I like card games. What was it? So John Dunn asked, was GameStop heavily shorted during the last console release? And it wasn't this heavily shorted. That's almost damn sure, right? But it's always been a fairly heavily shorted stock, like in that 20%, maybe not as high as 20%, at least 10%. I want to say, I don't know. I don't have the historical short interest figures on me, but as I recall, it's always been a pretty, it's a perennial favorite of shorts for what that's worth, but never this heavily shorted, John. And part of that is because we're closer to that we're further along in that secular decline. So at least it's understandable for a higher short interest, just not this level of it. But good question. Salary says, I was searching for cute kitty videos. I got duped. Oh, damn. Oh, how far back did that historical short interest go, Uber? Oh, shit. What'd you say? You posted on Twitter, right? Yeah. Oh, good call, Uber. Thank you. Here we go. There you go. Who just asked that? John. Wow. So it did. No, something to bear in mind. This doesn't have the share short. Hold on. Shares outstanding. Here you go. There you go. So you can see the shares sold short versus the green is the shares outstanding. So you start. This one doesn't go as far back, Uber. All right, but this one, regardless, just bear in mind there was over 100 million shares short, over like 130 million shares short around here. So there you go. So it was almost 50%. There you go. Good question, John. Orange, right? So we had over 60 million short in 2012, right? And I want to say it was like around 135 million shares outstanding. So just about 50%. And then look at how much it came down. Significantly, right? Significantly. Which I think was just partly because that damn price was going up, you know? And, right there it is. It's right there. That is the price. The blue. There you go. Oh, yeah. Inversely correlated, they'd say. Hey, good chart, Uber, huh? Nice. Wow, that was more heavily shorted than I realized. It looks like people try to pile on during that tough year. You know what I mean? Like, it's a known tough year. That was one of Burry's early letters there. It was like, yo, so like, or it was in Barron's or something where he was talking about it, where he was like, just a perfect storm for GameStop. You know what I mean? Where it's like the final year of the console cycle. I mean, people with the well telegraphed secular risks, and then and blah 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 blah. And so it kind of happened back then too, early 2012, and the consoles came out late 2013. And here it was pretty similar, early 2019, but it never came down. It never came down. Good question, huh? And they've increased, rather. And you'd argue that the price isn't up all that high, you know what I mean? It's like just off the ground. It's like boom, boom. But it's back to where it was. It's nowhere close to previous cycle peaks. Not to say that we're going to hit it, but I just mean it's still the gutter's too strong, but it's still near lows, historically speaking. Ted, cheers. Let's go, Ted. Oh, that's interesting. So Jay Booth saying the Twitch streamers. Oh, why do they get banned so much? Could this stream have been banned? Like you're not allowed to wear. I hope you're not allowed to wear costumes or something like that. You know what I mean, Jay Booth? No, so Henry, it was Jay-Z. Jay-Z was playing the Annie song or sampled the Annie song, however you'd call it. But yeah, it's Jay-Z's song sampling the Annie song. Good call, Henry. Henry knows. Henry knows. A GME headband? Yeah, but yeah, people have been talking about merch. I've made some a list of that stuff. That'd be down the line, not quite yet. Let's see where this unfolds. You know what I mean for a GME headband. Oh, there you go. See, you knows. Volume 2, Hard Knock Life. Thank you. I did not remember that name. Hard Knock Life. Oh, that's the name of the album. Sick. Okay. There was like 2 or 3 songs. There's Hard Knock Life. I see you might know what they are. There's like 3. I thought. Cody, yeah, I like Nintendo. Partnership announced tomorrow. Idiot. That'd be sick! Yeah. I haven't played too much League of Legends. For GameStop, they've been talking about some tabletop partnerships. You know what I mean? We got it here, right? I forget if it's listed here, but the concept stores. This is a good article, actually. Y'all should check this out. If you haven't seen this article from GameStop, from IGN, this was one of the first. This is one of the first like decent articles about GameStop from a fairly mainstream media source. Everything else was kind of, you know what I mean? Like they at least interviewed GameStop, got a discussion, kind of talked up its possible turnaround. You know what I mean? And everything else that came out was just like poo-pooing everything GameStop did and being like, there's no future here. But I thought they did a pretty good job. Anyway, they dive into the experimental stores. They got some pictures. But if you go down, they got the tabletop RPG sessions. There you go. Tabletop gaming. I always thought that could be another potential partnership because what were you just talking partnerships there? Anyway. Oh, Dungeons. I mentioned, League of Legends, but it has unrelated. But I was thinking the Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know why that just maybe the 3-word type thing. Yeah, right, Jay. Oh, thanks for saying. CU says Reggie joined the board of directors of Brunswick today. Oh, I didn't know that. Makes me confident. He's completed whatever. Well, no. I think folks are actively joining boards and leaving boards. I wouldn't look into that too much. CU. Yeah, no, he'd stick around. Folks are on many boards. That's often how it works, especially if they leave. I mean, I don't think Reggie does. He's no longer with Nintendo. Is he doing anything else full time? Sometimes people just do that beyond boards, you know. Yeah, Jay Booth says, yeah, people have no faith in GameStop because they say it's the same as Blockbuster, which is bad analysis. You know what I mean? Incomplete. They're just not digging in. Moving digital and GME won't stay up to date. Yep. Manchild says, if GameStop becomes Chewy for video games and collectibles collectible stuff, they will win. And collectible / nerd stuff, they will win. I generally agree with that. You know what I mean? That's just that legacy business. They can. I feel like that's what I mean. I felt even that legacy business, like I said, the what's unfolded the past 6 weeks. I'm like, damn, even that legacy business is worth a bit more than I appreciated at first. But I agree that that would help. Patterns work when Ryan Cohen broke the shorts like Ivan Drago. Sweep the legs. Oh, okay. Billy's saying users bait people into controversial things. Oh, okay. Oh, that's not good. Trying to change with times and improve delivery plus added in their collectible side. Yep. James is only here for the kids. I don't blame you, James. It's truly all that's here, right? In the chat, maybe. That's... People are multiple modes. It's normal. Yeah. I haven't read this in a while. Oh, yeah. I thought they taught more. Tabletop sessions have been a hit. In some stores, even higher. Freelance dungeon masters for stores. We realized there was a sort of space in the back of the blah, blah, blah. How about people come and play tabletop gaming? But the core undercurrent of every store is the notion of try it before you buy it. It's a place where you can sit on a couch and play games you otherwise can't play sitting on a... Right. And these are just experiments, right? They're just testing different things, see what people like. And obviously the COVID impact has impacted this, right? A Warhammer store near my place, they did well. Interesting. Oh, Makeshift likes that. Ooh. Okay. Keep that open. Close this. Keep that open. Futures green right now. A little bit. I bet. I have no idea. Right. No idea. I lean toward green. I thought today was like aggressively down. I didn't know if it was. This is sheer guesswork. You know what I mean? This is barely even tilt. But I thought, wow, that's pretty aggressively down across the board here. So that's why I'm like super curious. Let's see what happens tomorrow. You know what I mean? In particular to GameStop because of the chart we were just taking a peek at. But even the market, I'm like, I don't know. Jay Boots saying, what do you think will be the catalyst for the short squeeze to really take off? So first of all, I've been saying, like, I didn't think short squeeze, it hasn't been my base case. I've been thinking, like, because so many stocks I deal in and so many people talk about short squeeze stuff, and I think, I don't know about that. But I got to say, the odds of it are creeping up in my head. First of all, Jay Boots, to just point that out as this price rises, you know what I mean? And it's a more expensive short to keep on, and the short's been rising. Now we're at 70 million. And now I think every single potential news article that's coming out, or any potential PR is like potentially bullish, you know? And now I'm thinking, holy shit, this thing could squeeze. There's different types of squeezes and stuff. Everyone's kind of talking about that infinity type squeeze, and I can see that's a possibility. But I'm like, yo, I'm kind of leaning toward it. Might even, is it likely? Anyway, to answer your question, Jay, I don't know. I think it's going to be some sort of news that can modify people's beliefs about this company being in secular decline. That's why that Microsoft partnership was big. Forget about whatever that daily move was, but it was like, boom, kind of people were re-rating the fact that, oh shit, the secular risks aren't putting like maybe they're not quite as, or it's not quite as risky as we thought looking over the long term because GameStop has some opportunity. So I think it'd be maybe more potential news on that front, if not a Sony Nintendo type partnership equivalent or semi-equivalent to that Sony one, just other type of partnerships like I keep on listing a whole bunch, but partnerships with the gaming publishers, Activision, EA, whomever, and then also just with I don't know, other gaming incumbents to leverage GameStop's power up reward. So I'm more of the fundamental news will play out here. I still think you're going to get some news that are kind of going to change people's thinking about this stuff over the long term. And then coinciding with that is just this bullish chart and the bullish sentiment that we're seeing. It's kind of changing. And so I think something that pops us out above, we've kind of been ballparking, kind of toying with this idea, that gets us above, I think, this $17, $18 range, which just so happens to coincide with the $1 billion market cap. This is guesswork, right? You never really know what triggers this. I mean, what if someone comes out and tries to buy GameStop? You know what I mean? If that happens next week and you need to call back all the shares, that could result in a short squeeze. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to go for a run-of-the-mill type thing. But it could just be the price keeps grinding higher until it gets so expensive on the short side that they have to close. Or maybe something happens that makes them change their thinking, that maybe GameStop isn't going bankrupt in the next 12 months, because right now it kind of seems like that's what they're pricing in. Maybe they actually need to see free cash flows and that they're not going to be closing until Q4 or the end of Q4 or Q1 or Q2. Do you know what I mean? I don't think it would take that long, but the real risk is if something pops off here and happens quick, right? So that's why I think some kind of transformative type partnership or a couple of partnerships. It doesn't have to be one thing. But maybe you get something that gets us to 17, 18, and then something else. And then I think it just starts to get so expensive that if there were going to be a squeeze, I think you start seeing it once you start getting above 20 and stuff like that. It starts to get like kind of out of control, I think. But I don't know. That would be my best guess, Jay Booth. But really, it could be anything. If for whatever reason you got to call back shares, whatever the hell that reason is, if they announce they bought back shares too, and that takes people by surprise, especially if paired with some additional news like a beat in Q3, like there's any number of things, but I think it's that price point. Like if we start getting above 18, 19, 20 for whatever reason, I think it starts to get expensive. Or I don't know, but there's anything that can happen. Okay. They brought in old Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Magic the Gathering cards as resale items they kill. That's a good call, CU. We hadn't talked about that one all that. Hey, Justin. Cheers, Justin. Welcome back. Big week. Oh, big week ahead, yeah. Wait, Justin, are you still long GameStop after today's sell-off? You sure? That kind of surprises me because, I mean, this is a big sell-off, Justin. Maybe you didn't see the news today, but it was down 10%. Just a heads up, dude. No spikes on the green, only a little. So Russ saying he lives in that DFW, Texas area. 30 stores out here. They are busy. You have to call different locations. Yeah, thanks for sharing, Russ. Yeah, that seems like that. I mean, this is the thing. They're going to be busy this time of year, right? But I'm happy to hear that they're even busy going in October, right? New system releases. So Belize, yeah, I think the new system releases is a catalyst perception-wise, right? I mean, for the actual free I think sentiment-wise, I think I've been viewing the new systems. And some of that has already been priced in, you know what I mean? When the price rises this much, there's lots of reasons that has gone up, and the fact that the new consoles are imminent is part of it. But indeed, I think even that's why I've been talking about that new console countdown. I think as we're getting closer, people are going to be talking about it more, and I think that's going to impact on it. I don't know that triggers anything, though, because people know it's coming. Oh, massive week. Okay. Oh, so thank you for sharing this, man-child. It says, I really got lured into GME because of the short squeeze, but the more DD I do, this is a long play for sure. People have a lot of misconceptions about GameStop. Cheers to that, man-child. I don't think you're alone. That's what I say to the people who are involved for short squeeze. I'm like, congratulations, because you happen to stumble into a stock with what I think is a strong fundamental thesis backing it, which makes it interesting from the short squeeze angle, because I'm like, geez, what happens when you pair these two? Usually those stocks that go whoosh, like up mad quick because of like a squeezy type thing, thinking like a Kodak type action. There's no real robust fundamental thesis backing it. But now I'm like, there is. And it's like, whoa, what happens now? But I think good props to you, man-child, for digging in completing that DD and kind of seeing what's here. Earnings in December will be a trigger. Well, well, I agree. Earnings in December, if they beat or whatever. Some people are saying it could be a perceived negatively, beliefs for what that's worth. Where if they don't beat or if it's negative, because Q3 is going to be rough relative to Q4. Yes, I think 50. The foreign currency exchange. They have a large item on their liabilities. It's not that large, is it, man-child? Lots of earnings, right? So that's why Justin's saying big. Yeah, lots of earnings this week. Oh, Justin, still long. Okay, clarifications. He's still long. He's still long. I thought that 10% might have scared him off. From reselling collectibles. Like StockX. Someone mentioned StockX on a recent stream, man-child. I forget who it was. That's right, just on sale, right, Polygon? You got, yeah. Micromania Europe, I believe the liabilities in exchanging. Yeah, it's not uncommon. I don't see it. I forget what the dollar amount is, though. I see StockX does have pops and lists. No, but they have a section for there. Okay, so StockX. Yeah, so there's some competition there, right? And I mean, not a different type of competitor. Was someone talking about this on the collectibles front? Did I miss that? Reselling collectibles? Where did I miss that? Right. Yeah, to make sure. I think if GME can be more the video game oriented market, right? Because StockX is broader. In fact, they don't even have video game stuff. Okay. Pluto is what's next. Demands it so far that NASA will study it. Yeah. Probably worth it to reread. I haven't reread this whole thing, but I think I'll keep this up, and I should. Yes, this was Sherman. Again, if you wanted to read this ICR conference thing, you can get it from Dimitri's post there. Where the hell is it? Right there. I think I'll read this later. You know what I mean? Like, it's good. That's why they say it's good to like revisit those old conference calls, but even stuff like this. And Dimitri kind of reminded me of some of that stuff. Pre-announced earnings could catch shorts off guard. Wow, for Q3? I mean, that would catch me off guard, right, Matt? But sure, absolutely. There's a lot of stuff that could... That's the thing. Anything unexpected you'd think would be bullish. Like, they wouldn't do pre-announced earnings unless they were bullish, you'd think. 11:20. Well, you can pre-announce anytime they really... Well, you're right. It's not, the quarter's not over yet. But sometimes they'll, for like holiday seasons, they'll do an... But that one makes sense because it's holidays. But just about any that's the thing. I keep on trying to rack my brain for what unexpected announcement. Unexpected announcement that could be bearish is from the investor standpoint, right? If we got word that like Cohen walked or Michael Burry is, if we get word in mid-November that Michael Burry is no longer invested or something like that, that's kind of bearish. Not crazy bearish, but that's right. To Rod's point, yeah, you pre-announce earnings with the statement of buyback. You know what I mean? Like if they pair that buyback with anything that's bullish, I'm on board with that. That's going to take people by surprise. That should be. I'm not saying that should be the base case, but it needs to be so much stuff I keep on thinking through. Like I keep on going through the upside opportunities, but at the same time, when I see the short interest, I keep going through all the downside risks, and I just think, geez, just about everything that could come unexpectedly, which just seems to me like it would be crazy bullish. The only thing I talked about the investors, but on the business side, it would be like a really bad Q3 and a weakened balance sheet. But then you're in the middle of the consoles and stuff, so. Barry already got his money that he can walk away. That's what I mean. Yeah, so I agree with you, Beliefs. That's the thing. That's my point, is that he could already, he could have sold off at 15 and be out. And but reminders, he can also buy 0.8% share. I know, Rod. If he does that, I think you're the one who said. Were you the one who said that first? I'm gonna laugh my ass off if he does that. I mean, I don't think that, but I still like the thought experiment, of course, because no one was talking about that, especially at these elevated prices relative to where it had been trading. Although Burry, what was he buying it? Actually, the market cap. No, you know what? It's not that crazy, right? It's not that crazy. Yeah, well, John G says no way it's gonna happen. I'd say unlikely, but Burry was long GameStop when the price was at $8 or $9 per share, and that's where we are on a market cap basis right now, post share buyback. So it's not crazy. I think he was even long GameStop above that price. I think he was long GameStop above $10 per share. Isn't his cost base? Yeah, his cost basis now was much lower. His cost basis now is much lower because he got out by June 30th of 2019, and then he got back in July and August at some point. And John G, not even a chance? Oh, I don't know about that. Oh, I'll take that bet. You got to ascribe some chances to this shit. Absolutely. Not likely. But anyway, and he was buying when he was buying back in, it was in definitely below $5. But check all of Burry's. I'm almost positive he buys it. No. That's at the time it might have been a 52-week low, but let me tell you something, John. It got halved from there. I'll pull it up right now. I think I can go back a couple of quarters. I hope. Oh, there you go. Okay, so let's do Q1 2019. GameStop. He had $6 million in GameStop, and this was as of May 15th. May 15th. This was filed May 15th. It's as of March 31st. Yeah, he was long GameStop above 10, which was a market cap of over $1 billion. So you can say it was a 52-week low. That's fine, but then it got halved from there. You know what I mean? That's what I mean, John. Yeah, but I mean, Michael Burry's doing more thorough analysis than just looking at 52-week low. That's my point. My point is he's not just buying it because it's at a 52-week low. He's doing his due diligence and trying to forecast free cash flows. And at that time, at least in Q1, decided that it was trading at a discount when it was trading at about $1 billion, or even above that, depending on when he bought. That's my point. And then it traded much lower, and he ended up selling out. I don't know when he sold out. We know he sold out that quarter because anyway he had none. He wouldn't buy. Oh, John, no, I disagree with this, John. If that's your basis for your claim, I disagree with that. Okay, yeah, okay, I disagree. Okay, I missed some comments. Not a chance. Burry knows the impact. So Justin's point, I'd agree with this. Again, I don't think it's likely, but this is the point this is what Uber's getting at too. Burry knows the impact that it could have. That's the thing. Like, they're not oblivious. You know, all these folks who are involved, no one's oblivious to this, and that's so I hear you on that, Justin. You know what I mean? And again, it's still like below when he was buying back in the day, but that doesn't mean like that's a difference. Usually he's just that's not generally his style. Like that his move impacts the price. Usually it's just buying at cheap prices, right? But I still like the thought. Like I'm thinking about this now since we talked about it on the stream. I'm like, damn, that'd be something. I don't know. I don't think I've seen that before in a stock that I've been dealing in. That's what I'm like, whoa, you know. Alex gonna watch Bed Bath & Beyond and DDS to see how strong the shorts are on those, whether they're willing to stay in. Yeah, DDS kind of leveled off, right? Kind of popped a little bit, but just about doubled. How about what's Bed Bath & Beyond holding up? Holding up okay. Holding up real well, actually. I haven't tracked the short interest all that closely, though. Maybe you'll buy in when the board finishes the buybacks. You probably prefer to buy in before they're done with the buybacks. You know what I mean? Well, if there was Jay Booth, there were so many people who get their consoles from GameStop in Q2 and Q1, and they have had poor. Oh, Jay Booth. The quarter's over before the new consoles, Jay Booth. The quarter will be over before the new consoles come out. Right? August, September, October. Right? I got that right? Yeah. August, September, October. Whew. I'm like, wait a second. Oh, okay. All right. So I like tossing out these things. And the Mario stuff came out Q3 too. GME started telling the Ring Fit Adventures, August 31st. Keep in mind the Wii version was Wii Sports Resort. Number 9 best-selling video game of all time. Ah, there you go. I didn't know that. See you? The Switch is carrying Q3 almost single-handedly. Right. Most of it's Q4. Right. Things don't happen. Yeah. Could have been timed, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Just the whooshing sound of longs continuing to hoover up the float. Seriously, that's what I mean. I mean, that's the thing. So I think the major knock against the major unwind of a short, the large short position would be fundamental events changing stuff. But there are non-fundamental shit that can just I think that could impact that stuff. And the first and foremost is just a rising price, for whatever reason it's rising. But another big one is, if for whatever reason those shares needed to be called back. You know what I mean? And where'd the float go? Again, not my base case, but from a risk perspective, I'm like, damn. That's why I keep on saying, like, as an individual investor, these incremental adds on the short, you could never do this unless you were totally hedged. And even then, how would you be hedged? You'd have to be hedged maybe via options or so forth. But like stop losses might not even protect you. So it'd have to be via options. Like, you'd have to be outright hedged. Otherwise, it's too dangerous of a position. What if there's no shares left? Is the short interest published anywhere yet? Whatever. Okay. Yeah, I agree with you, John. These aren't hard and fast rules, man. I think I mean, I know where you're coming at from this, but Burry is a value investor, and sometimes value can still be seen off the lows, and it can make sense to add to a position and so forth. And September video, yeah, okay. Thanks, Alex, for tossing that. Talking about Q3 stuff. He says September video game sales rose too. And since video game sales in other months too have risen too, and GameStop still had underperforming quarters. Just a reminder for folks. Look at their past couple quarters to see them underperform, especially year over year. So just something to bear in mind. Yeah, quarter ends like 11-2. Thanks, Billy's. I forgot the exact date. Yeah, so Jay Booth, it will be pre-ordered, but it will only be cash on the books. It won't be won't count as revenue or earnings or anything like that. I tend to agree with Justin saying it's about the Again, he's not even saying that it's going to happen, just saying that if it happens, the potential impact could impact, outweighs the cost of it. I tend to agree, why I'm intrigued, but where's the estimate at that it has to be? I wouldn't worry too much about the estimates. I mean, it's a good question. I don't even know about those beats and stuff. They're somewhere. I don't know, Alex. Gats, welcome. Cheers, Gats. Yes, Alex, thank you. That KBIO squeeze, 2 squeezes actually. Yep, that's that's a good example of one. There's a bunch of squeezes out there, but in particular the one that you're completely caught off sides. If you're caught off sides, stop losses don't help you. You gotta be. That's what I mean. You need the options, fully covered options. You gotta be fully hedged to make sure. And that's what I mean. It appears as though, at least on an options front, that the shorts aren't. But if that happens, forget about it. Yeah, Lee says, yeah, look what Dunkin' Donuts did. You just get it announced. First of all, it couldn't even be an announcement. What if it did? Sometimes there's announcements and deals don't go through, but even if you get the announcement, I'm like, I don't even know how you get out. Maybe there's that, like, there's no way. I keep on thinking, this is the thing, I kept on viewing GameStop as a potential PE target, and I think it's still a PE target. I don't think it was imminent or anything like that, but then you get the Microsoft partner. I still think it's like a PE target in time, whatever. That's why the bankruptcy thing is like, what? But anyway, now you have Microsoft. Then you have Ryan Cohen taking a 10% stake, and we know he's a billionaire. And then you got Microsoft partnering up with them. Like, these parties, they could up their stake in a big way, or, again, not my base case, but even take them out. And then where do you get the shares? You're caught offside. It just seems to me so damn risky. I can't understand. I don't know. Maybe I just can't be so convinced. Like, I don't think I can be 100% that you can't be 100% sure that nothing like that's going to happen. Even if you're 90% sure, I'm not sure that's high enough. I'm not sure 90% sure is high enough. Not to mention it could be wrong. But even if 90% were accurate, that seems like that still might not be high enough. Maybe. Yo. New Call of Duty helps, but Animal Crossing, and then we had Madden too, but they got Madden every year. Animal Crossing probably kept selling, right? Oh, number 4. Thanks. So see you listing out some of the Q3 stuff that could contribute to game. Some aspects of the quarter that could contribute to Q3 earnings. One thing to bear in mind, though, some of this stuff was occurring during last year's Q3, right? So that it's kind of about these year-over-year comps, and it can be tough analysis. Yep, as Gad says, as they short more, there are more shares, so expect that volume to increase as we have, because there's an additional 2 million shares outstanding, and there's you would think, yeah, there's more shares out there until there aren't. Well said, Gads. And the Tony Hawk remaster is huge. Didn't know that, CU. I didn't know how big that was. Well, he's never done it before, ever, in his 22 years of public investment letters. I also doubt, John G., that he has ever been an activist investor, or at a time an activist investor in a stock that had over 100% of its shares outstanding. I don't know that for sure, John G., but if you could confirm, I don't think he's ever been in that position as well. Oh, Justin. Damn, Justin! It's the first comment. It's Justin's first comment. It's the first comment. It was literally exactly what I just said. I gotta be quicker, Justin. You beat me to the punch here. It's exactly the same. That was the first thing I thought of too, Justin, right? I'm like, well, this is kind of a unique setup. I'm like, this is kind of a unique setup, y'all. I don't know if it's the same. Damn, that's funny. Nope, went too far. They should have mastered that. I guess we shall see. I'm happy to take the stance that he would never do that. All right, I don't like to talk in absolutes, but next Call of Duty. Okay, Trey saying the next Call of Duty will sell huge too. Okay. Yeah, Call of Duty's big. Oh, did he, Steve? I missed that. Avoid Duncan. Oh boy, not a rough week. Rough week. Marvel Avengers game in the beginning of September. September 9th specifically was the second largest launch month for a superhero game ever. Cool, cool, cool. Where the hell you get all these stats, see you, huh? You're like cranking them out. What are you? What the hell? Nice job. I didn't know this stuff. New COD has some criticism because Warhammer's dropping the ball. Okay. Estimated video game sales for September up 10% year over year. One thing though, so again, like gaming sales was crushing it past couple of months too, and GameStop was underperforming. In some people's eyes, GameStop was underperforming on those line items. You know what I mean? So just something to bear in mind. I note that stuff. That stuff's important, right? I mean, if all else equal, you want to see that gaming industry crushing it. Man, child, peace out. Peace out. Have a nice night. 2K came out, yep. Oh, the Kobe edition too. Okay. Just collectors alone will have bought a ton of that limited edition. Okay. There's not going to be a beat Q3. Salaryman says no beat Q3. No beat. I don't even know what the it's they were asking that. Alex was asking that. What are the numbers to beat? I think it was Alex. Doesn't need to be a beat for Q. Didn't Burry start selling? Actually, John, he was selling in the 6s, John. I believe he was selling at the 6s in April. We didn't get to 8. I think he was selling at right about, we were briefly above, well, maybe high 5s then. Yeah, maybe, I guess it was in the 5s. Sold 20% of his position, yeah. But I think it was exactly 20% if I recall correctly, because when he was like, got down to 275, I think. 5s, yeah. Well, yeah. More shares are created as shares are shorted. If they're... Yeah. What's the difference now to then? What the difference is what we just talked about, John. Now, first of all, there's quite a bit more short interest off the top of my head. We're much closer to the consoles. Things are starting to heat up. We're at a much higher price point. Just, again, John, just to be clear, we're not saying that this is going to happen or even that it's likely. Just entertaining the possibility that the market seeing someone like Michael Burry continuing to buy at this stock at $11, $12 might be perceived very bullishly. It can help and could cause the price to rise, right? I think you and I would agree with this, John. That's not typically, I think this is what you're getting at. That's not typically how he invests, right? That like event type stuff. He's more focused on very undervalued stocks. But I'm just saying that, as you point out, he was a seller. Now we're changing our stance? No. I definitely said this the whole time, that this wasn't my base case. All right. Okay, Miles. More shares are created as shares are shorted. If there are 35 million shares of the float, that would expand to 105 million of float. Right? It's going to be just a ton of shares moving about out there. That's why I always think it's so crazy when the volume gets down this low. When it gets down this low, you know what I mean, Miles? With so many shares out there, like it happened like we got down below 3 one day. Below 3, 4. This was early October. Right? And then we know these crazy volume days in the Microsoft news, they weren't closing. They were adding, you know? And then this includes 15th. This includes this big day. So you've had not much volume at all. So there's been very little closing, I suspect, since then. And but that low volume kind of sticks out to me. To Miles' point, there's a ton of longs out there, and the volume. I expected a more. Some of that 105 million would be taken out of the float if they're held in a with no margin. Sure. It could be though that they some of the 100. What did you say? Some 105 million. I know that, and I think all the estimates, Miles, all the estimates are float all the calculations are float are just estimates. They're doing their best job. It all comes down to which shares are tightly held, which of course you and I have no idea. No one really does. Who knows? You'd expect that not many. I think a lot of the big holders are lending out their shares. That's what I think. That's why we're able to get to this point. Okay. Oh, I missed a bunch. Oh, shit. Did I miss this much? Okay, start selling. Okay, that's what I think too. So many have April options. Weren't 100% of shares sold. Oh, I don't think it was 100%, was it? Oh, let's pull up Rod's chart. Yeah, what was it? 55? I think some of them closed, John. I think some of them. Yeah, because we had a little bit of closure. We got down into the mid 50s. I think we got down into the mid 50s, John, and now we're 15 million higher. I forget. I can't read this exact number. I want to say we got down to 55 million though, and now we're at 70. We're at the highest it's ever been. Okay. Did you see that GME gives you a monthly credit for being a member? Oh, I didn't see that. Yeah, I think there's a lot of perks that they can provide with that power up reward stuff even more. You know what I mean? Like we were talking about comparing it to like Amazon Prime and stuff. I think I suspect there's going to be people who want to be a GameStop power up rewards pro member if they start at like same day delivery, that type of stuff, or some additional perks, just to tag along what Makeshift was saying. Booth. Some people might be 100% committed to their view. Humans can't stand being wrong. That could be part of it too. Maybe we're falling victim to this too, right, Jay? Once they believe something, they will deny whatever contrarians. There you go. Anchoring. Confirmation bias. So many biases, right? It's part of the reason these opportunities exist in the first place, because of our human nature. That's also why I think that these discrepancies these pricing or valuation discrepancies, whatever we'll call them, will persist for the foreseeable future, because our human nature is unlikely to change in the near future. Oh, jumped on me. Okay. I think the possibility for a massive play is worth a small play. Okay. Agree, not base case, but definitely a possibility. Yep. Some of that 105 would be taken on the float if they're held in accounts with no margin. Yep. Yeah, I have no idea what actual float is. Oh, I already responded to that. Yep. Oh, you got it. Okay, thanks, Johan. If you found, okay, I thought I would just Google Wall Street Journal. I wasn't able to find the URL. Like I should just have that bookmarked. I don't know where it is. I'll find it. Oh, is that it? Oh, it's I just look up GameStop actually, because I think it will be there, right? Boom. Thank you, Johan. Just wanted to see that report on Wall Street. There you go. 70 million shares. 144%. Damn. Some of us are holding the short shares tightly. Imaginary float and actual float, yeah. Book float, yeah. John, cheers to changing your name. John changes his name to John Realistic Bull. Sick. I did read Eo's report on Float 2.0. Well, did it come out recently, Miles, or the one that came out a couple weeks back? I read the one that came out a couple weeks back. I didn't read if there was a new one. I didn't see it. I did see also that he thought it was a likely candidate for a short squeeze, which he thought it was very likely, didn't it? If I recall that wording. Okay, yeah, we reviewed it here. Got it. Nah, I think they're undoing it, Dale. I think they're undoing it. Where does Jamie fit into the entire short portfolio? How is that managed? No one knows. That's true. A lot of short. Hey, Dusty. What's up, Dusty? Welcome. A lot of shorts are long-time shorts. Still below their buy-in average. Could be. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, a couple of weeks back. We did see that, Miles. Yep. Squeeze is so difficult to wrap my head around. I don't understand the dynamics out. Yeah, me neither, Miles. No clue. The odds of it are ticking up, though. I gotta say that. Even though I don't know what it looks like. Oh, it does. Thank you, Uber. esports business has grown tremendously in recent years with the rise of streaming services and other technologies tailored to this space, said the head of US at Klarna. Recognizing the continued growth of the gaming community and its increasingly influence in mainstream culture, we're thrilled to introduce Klarna's flexible payment options to GameStop customers as well as connect them with the in a unique and meaningful way through our Playing for Keeps campaign. We also aim to drive new traffic from our 9 million shoppers to GameStop, whether they prefer to shop in-store or online. Today's announcements represents one of the many steps we are taking at GameStop to better serve our customers. Chris Holmeister. To quickly and affordably purchase the video game and pop culture merchandise they're looking for this holiday season and beyond. Cool. $200,000 merchants. Ranked number 5 on the CNBC Disruptor 50 list. Cool. Snoop Dogg? Oh, yes, I did see this. Snoop Dogg, Lil Yachty. Oh, there's more than that, isn't there? Yep. Cypher PK. Kitty Plays. Oh, Kitty Plays. Oh, it's going to be live stream. When's this? Oh, tomorrow, on the 29th. Sick. Cool. Does GameStop host tournaments? Not yet, but yeah, in the future. Oh, yeah. CU just says that, yeah, in the future, they probably will, we're thinking. I don't think anything firm announced yet, but we're thinking that that's in the pipeline here. Discuss trialing MTG and in-store tournament play in Tulsa, yep. In the IC. Oh, nice, good call. Damn. Oh, well. MTG? And the Tulsa pilot and the ICR skirt clearly been on their radar for some time. Also coding classes. I did see that too, coding classes. That's not maybe here, but it's I think it's in the IGN. There you go. GameStop Social. Co-op couches, watch parties, esports tournaments, coding classes, vacation camps, birthday parties, and more. So lots of opportunities there. People might pick that apart and say, yeah, none of those are particularly sexy or whatever, but I think some of them could be like... first of all, driving traffic and stuff, and maybe people are incentivized again to become Power Up Rewards members, and just some other things. There's just lots of different ways we can work, and it's important to remember that not any of these is intended to be a panacea. Just there's just opportunity here to be that social and cultural hub. You know what I mean? That people will want to go there and they want to shop there, and that's the type of thing that might help with that. I could see Game Informer providing some sort of esport content. Yeah, Justin, CU was talking about that. I think some other folks, too, on the stream a while back. Well, let me open this. Where GameStop can become part of, like, have an app on the Xbox console, just as an example. And part of that, GME already has its own esports roster. They're just going to double down. Oh, thank you, CU. Oh, okay. But how they can leverage Game Informer maybe as yeah, they just have some unique content on there via Game Informer. They did the test stores. Oh, okay. I think there's lots of new ways. Revamp as a digital media platform. Yeah. Where do we get that here, right? Is that language in there? Yep, digital media platform. So that's what's maybe broadcast. Yeah. That's exactly what CU was talking about last week. CU was saying you'll get the GameStop app or whatever it is on the console, and then people can watch exclusive contents via GameStop, whether it's Game Informer or whatever it is. And what would that content be? Esports, perhaps. It could be some other things too. I have no idea. In CU I trust. But and now Justin's seeing the same thing. CU, huh? So that's good. It's just opportunity there, right? I mean, it does come down at the end of the day, not just the opportunity, but whether or not they can actually generate free cash flows over the long-term future of the business that can counter any declines in the legacy business. That's fair. But I just see all the different options, and I think, some of these could be winners for the company. Being the company has Jerry Jones and Mark Cuban to tap brains at the complex of the star isn't a coincidence. That's right. Do I have, I should have that bookmarked, do I? Did I really not bookmark it again? See who's talking about this. I think this is probably on the back burner right now just because of all that's going on, I think. Right? I mean, it's right here. It just says this, right? So close until further notice, number one. But opportunity, right? It still seems like a GameStop would be the one to... GameStop, right? You come here to stop and play games. Watch games, do things. Madden and 2K leagues alone will kill, right? And we know there's other places that have this stuff, right? It's not like this is totally unique or anything like that. But if they're the go-to, find a way to fully leverage this. Esports investment is in hopefully their esports investment is in less risky streams. Lots of money was invested in Overwatch, and it's losing a lot of steam. Oh, thanks, Alex. I didn't realize that. League, Dota, CSGO. Okay. Those are the big three? Okay. Thanks, Trey. True. Oh, it can't be both CU? All right, that's a good point. I was thinking it could be both, but you're right, huh? Okay. CU saying that this isn't a place that you'd run for fun or anything like that. This is a place for professional training. Yeah, I guess you're right, huh? I mean, it's even called a performance center. All right, that's true, CU. Literally training rooms. Porch. Replay room. This is a pro training setup. All right. You're right. Okay. I was thinking it could double, but you're right. I should see where it clearly says public space. Oh, where does it say that? Oh, jeez. Open to the public. Source of entertainment for everyone. Okay. Good point. That first room is open to the public. Okay, got it. True. Okay, so these would be probably separate facilities. I was thinking they'd all be combined, but you're right. This doesn't look like it. It looks like this is dedicated to what we're talking about here, training facility. Still pretty sick then. It makes it kind of even more badass, you know what I mean? But indeed, so these would be separate facilities we're talking about. Good points. With the brown couches, yep. Yeah. I'd like to see a lot more of these for individuals to compete like the esports arenas. Yeah, that was kind of what I was thinking about. League of Legends, Dota, Valorant, okay. Yeah, Cody, I know, I agree. Send us in here. Send CU in there, huh? We have ideas. That's the thing. You hope that they have these ideas. This is why it was important that they got the new board members and even the new management team, but in particular for the visionary type stuff, the board members. Especially those dedicated to gaming like Reggie, but then Ryan Cohen stepping in too, but from more of an omni-channel approach perhaps. But this is why that being laser focused on the gaming industry is so important, because I would argue that they weren't in the past, and I think many folks would agree with that, but they were almost trying to diversify away from gaming so it wasn't so lumpy, when in fact they probably should have just embraced it from the start, like Mike Burry was talking about. You missed out on the opportunity to buy Twitch. Like, it would have been a natural acquisition for a company like GameStop. And they missed out. But now I think they're. I don't think it's too late. I think that's what some folks are saying. Like, it's too late. You blew it. You tried to go down the cell phone path, and maybe the the Simply Mac path and even the collectibles to a degree, and it's too late to focus on gaming. But I'm not so sure of that. They could offer some esports training areas too, but that might require growth in floor space. Yeah, I've been thinking about that, Trey. They probably need different types of stores, or only certain stores dedicated to it. But they can always open new ones. Like if that was the path they were going to go down, they could lease new stores. Seems like they've got it if Jake's right. Oh, what would Jake say? Oh, I missed that. Think about it. You offer training for players coming up and coming to grow in their esports. GME was trying to focus on the pop culture of gaming instead of trying to augment themselves in the gaming experience as a whole. That's right. I agree with you, Trey, right? And then the question, Trey, is it too late? What do you think, Trey? Is it too late? Did they miss the boat? That's the question now. It's like we all agree. Previous management team dropped the ball, right? We're all on the same boat there, and no one disagrees. But now the $1 million question is it too late for them to, or the $1 billion? They're almost at $1 billion. The $1 billion question is it too late to get more involved? GME hosts amateur, local, regional tournaments and starts farming for the pro leagues. Yeah. That could be a good long-term pivot to pursue way down the road. That's the idea. Have amateur farms for pro leagues. Do those not exist? 21 and over GME stores in California selling weed and letting you bet against is a win. Yeah, chew that, Alex. Play video games and that'd be sick. Oh, I kind of like that. And over 21, I don't know how it impacts their brand or whatever, but it seems like it with where the trend's headed, and that it. And remember, GameStop is a roach, not a cigar butt. You know what I mean? Oh, Complexity is owned by Jerry Jones. Gee, see you. You're piecing it all together for me. Oh, did they say they want to be the YMCA of esports? Where'd they say that, Miles? I wish that. Twitch acquisition would have been huge, but there are other opportunities, I'm sure. All right, so Trey says there's still opportunities. It's good enough for me. The local church of gaming, right? That's what they keep on saying. The only problem is possibly having to deal with... I don't know, that was him. Yeah, that was definitely him. It's actually in here. It's not here. Okay. It's in one of them. It's in the other one that was in that GameStop video I put together. It was in Games Industry Biz. He said, I think he's been quoted in a number of places. But this is the one I included in that GameStop video. This is a good article too if you haven't seen this by Games Industry Biz. There you go. This is a good quote. It's been quoted a couple of times since I came across this pretty early on because I think he said it a while back. Came back from E3 in 2014 and went to the then regime, and I said, we are missing out on an enormous opportunity. I said, use this incredibly political, incredibly politically incorrectly. P3 is Vatican. Why is GameStop not the local church? I pitched the ability to do what we ended up doing now, starting back in 2014, which is to do a real deep dive into understanding who our customers are, what customers we are not acquiring, and what is a retail experience from GameStop the Trillion Bears. So he left, I believe. Hamlin left, and then he came back, and now he's back. And they were like, damn, yo, Hamlin, you knew all along what we should be doing. Yeah, so I agree with you, Alex. You can keep the stores and make a few of them like that. So imagine just a handful of these types of places and the actual gaming venues, right? I mean, just a handful of them around the U.S., you know what I mean? That's what I've been thinking, Alex. That's how I've been thinking about these. Oh, and China gaming is massive, especially on mobile phones. With Ethereum, I don't know why they couldn't create some smart contracts and tokenize esports. Oh, three-way. They couldn't create some smart contracts and tokenize esports. I don't know enough about that. Yeah, so CU's definitely said blockchain a number of times. Oh. CU's reaching out. Oh, nice link. Courtesy of CU, as usual. Meet the Pistons GT, Detroit's NBA 2K Esports team. Team plays basketball video games. Meet the Pistons. A group of players at the Pistons Performance Center. Where Detroit... Oh, shit. Wrong way. For Detroit Pistons, but they aren't physically stepping on the court. The Pistons gaming team is the official NBA 2K affiliate of Detroit. Ooh. The Esports League includes 21 teams that each have 6 players. The players compete as unique characters. Wow, it's pretty sick, huh? Hadn't seen that. See you naturally, right? Oh, been saying blockchain. I think they need to become a social. I think they need to become a social experience of some sort. Gaming is a very social experience, contrary to popular. No, that's right. That's why they keep Where the hell is it? Right. That's why they have that store, right? I think they agree with you, Trey. Gaming is a very social experience, contrary to popular belief. That's right. And I think that's the big thing. Good point, Trey. I would totally bet blockchain or match against other. Oh, could you bet? Oh, could you bet on? Are you bet on esports matches? Is that what y'all saying? Bet on esports matches? Yeah. So Trey's saying making every sport a what did just jumped on me? A mini E3 experience would be sick. Yeah, I agree. Every store if you could do it, but even if it were just some stores, right? Right now there's so many GameStop stores, but turn a couple of them into a mini E3 experience. You know, that's what I was thinking. Lots of early demos and experiences. That's right for those. Oh, I got it right here. Early demos, so that's what Scott's talking about, like the new partnerships and like test out some stuff before you play, get exclusive early looks at shit. Okay, so Trey's on board with that. Plus opportunities to meet pro player. Oh, you got to Trey. If you haven't read this article, you got to read this article. Trey, you get it. Lots of early demos and experiences, plus opportunities to meet pro players and get some training with them or play against them would be great. Cheers to that, Trey. I agree with you, and Scott agrees with you. This is Scott of Maven Group. When he goes through some of these items, right? I agree with you. Bring those players in. They could be training sessions, right? I mean, it's even listed here. Is it listed here? Esports tournaments, coding classes. So I don't explicitly list it there, but Scott definitely talks about it. There are 2K affiliate teams. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I just opened it. Sorry, see, it was a little bit slow. I think GME needs to focus on a gaming experience, not just the sale of games. Trey, I think they're listening to you, right? I think they're on board with that. I think they agree with that shit. I agree with you, too. Oh, Uber, I know you sent me that, but I don't think I'm going to bring it up, though. That's the only thing. I want to take a peek, but... I mean, thank you so much for shooting this over, but... Oh, that's it. Oh, okay. Okay, thank you, Uber. We'll chat after. $2K League. If only 2K was... Oh, 2K League. Yeah, no Madden League. Missed opportunity for EA. Oh, okay. Okay, so you'll come around. Okay. You can bet on esports on DraftKings, I think. Oh, yes. Well, betting is one facet. Oh. Whoa. Damn. Is there anyone... Who's doing it? Is anyone taking a whack at it yet? It doesn't seem like a GameStop type of thing, though, does it? What do you think? I don't think it's in here, is it? It doesn't seem like a GameStop thing. Can you imagine? Ooh. Okay, y'all saying some of this stuff exists, but no one, there's no firm. Esports betting will be big in a few years. Holy shit. Okay. But I don't know if that would go against GameStop sort of fail. So, oh, Trey. Cheers, Trey. You just said what I was thinking, too. Trey's like, I don't know if that will go against GameStop sort of family-friendly brand. That's what I was just thinking, too. I'm like, does that seem like a GameStop thing? I'm intrigued. Don't get me wrong, but that's what I thought, too, Trey. We're thinking alike tonight. Exactly. And then, but Miles says what I was just saying. Imagine if GME became the destination for esports. That's what I'm saying. There's no destination right now, right? Not that I know of. Let me know if I'm wrong. I could be. But that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe it doesn't align with the historical brand, but you can see an opportunity there that if they were the ones to become the some of these gaming firms are trading at crazy multiples, right? Penn was a 10 bagger in the Roaring Kitty portfolio. What is it? $9 billion. Ooh, good talk. In game prizes or in real life crypto cash prizes? Good question, Daniel. I don't know. These kids would practice and bet on matches, and with their blockchain winnings, spend it on more stuff. Yeah, woo, Alex. Interesting. Y'all got me thinking. Yeah, so we were talking about COVID a bit earlier. That's the big. Yeah, it's that's true. It's a risk that maybe I haven't talked about much. I don't think it would be this big of an impact, as big of an impact this time around as last time if it ramped up, but it's a risk that when we're listing out all these potential risks, we keep on saying any news that would be up coming out from the company would be bullish, and from a PR standpoint, I think that's the case, but indeed, risk standpoint, if we're talking investors walking away, we've got to talk COVID stuff too. This is true, and other people earlier on the stream were talking about this too. So Trey adds, this is the problem of making your brand. Yep. I feel you, Trey. Let me go. Let's see. Let me back up. Making your brand family friendly only because you can't buy into some more diverse options. Well, you can always change, Trey, right? They can change. Remember, they're in secular decline right now, brand or no brand. There's always a rebranding opportunity, although at this point, I'm not so sure. Isn't COVID making esports even bigger? Exactly. Good point. And gaming generally, right? I agree with you, Trey. Yeah, that's the thing. They can train. They can evolve. This could be part of that transformation. But I'd agree with you up till this point. Agree for sure. As if they shut down again, right? But someone said earlier, if they shut down again, but they're selling PC stuff, would they remain open just like some of the other retailers? But then hopefully, like we were talking about too, they got the same day delivery or order online, pick up on store. They got the new app. Hopefully that's working seamlessly and stuff. It's a risk. I just don't think it's a major risk right now. DraftKings does have betting on big tournaments. Okay. A lot of leagues taking a break. Probably why we sold off. Oh, probably partial. What's futures doing now? Oh, still flat. Got to see tomorrow. Oh yeah, attachment rates. Good point, Uber. Uber talking about if they can still sell some stuff, but it impacts attachment rates. That's a good point. Definitely worth bringing up. Because that's one of the big appeals of a GameStop from a vendor perspective. Indeed. They still like to do tourneys on land. Oh yeah. Good point. Online tourneys are rife with issues. Yep. Just saw a company listed for esports gambling. Okay. Completely separate app, and let's not forget they did partner with the fintech company publicly today. True. You would consider esports gambling with GME. Thanks, Azul. Okay, Azul's on board with this. He's intrigued. He or she is intrigued. Esports Entertainment Group, GMBL. Oh, okay. Two times revenue, yeah. Twitch is the destination for esports. Okay. Look at that. So Trey almost exclusively watches esports. He's not interested in regular sports. That's fascinating, huh? Thanks for sharing that, Trey. Wow. YouTube scored some deals too. Klarna deals in cryptos. I thought to see you when I was reading that. I was trying to look for crypto. I didn't see it listed. You know what I mean? But I'm like, they must though. The way they use some words that I'm like, oh, they probably offer crypto payments. I forget what words I saw, but I was thinking that too. See you. It sounds like you know. I don't know. Oh. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, yeah. I mean, then, yep, vaccine news. If more was shorted on continued COVID fears. True. I mean, that could be part of it, right? Just like we say, when a stock goes up, there's many factors that contributed to it. For the increased short interest, it could be the same. But I actually lean toward the primary reason for adding to the short position is because the price rose. That it's a more compelling opportunity. That's what I think. From their perspective. So CU thinks this partnership is bigger. Our liability. Right, not their liability, but it is a liability, so they kind of have to. The partnership isn't really about that rental concept. I believe it to be bigger. All right. What are the plans ends up being? What's your prediction? Hey, we got 54 and 54. Sick. Oh, gotcha, Gats. I mean more being shorted from today forward on COVID fear, not in the past. If they thought second wave and shorted now. Okay. Didn't I see some people speculating that they did think short interest went up today, which kind of would make sense to me, right? It was down, so pile on even more. Yeah, I could see that. Probably be an incremental short increase. You know what I mean? Like, hasn't this kind of been... was there anything major new today besides the market selling off on the COVID front? This trend has already been underway, but maybe it's just not subsiding. Is that it? I don't know. Well, Klarna entire system runs on QLDB, which is Amazon's, which is used for everything from banking to supply chain. Okay. Okay. All right. See you. We got 10, 11. Okay. Hey, we did some good stuff today, huh? Whew. Oh. Remember the 5% share stake. Of whom? By whom? Oh, you talking about something else? For the short term, if not major outside of the BMP. Buy now, pay later. For the short term, yeah. 5% share stake? I'm not sure what that is. Keep that up. Review that later. Yeah, we'll see what futures do tomorrow. I don't think that you'd have another big down day, but what the hell do I know? right. I think we might call it early tonight. What do y'all think? What's today? 26th? How many days we got left until Columbus Day? 5, 10. Oh, election. Is election next week? Oh, shit. All right. Over. Okay, Uber. So, wait, let me just say. So 2 weeks. Okay, we got 2 weeks. Just about 2 weeks. Okay. Going to be a big week. We should. That's what I'm thinking. See you. So that's often what I think. Like we have like big. Like we had the longest stream on Friday night, longest stream ever, and then we got days like today where it's down. Like we had some good. We had great talk today. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, let's catch up on our sleep tonight. Rest up. Okay, so Uber says over under on tomorrow's close before we go. Okay, let's say the over under is David. Cheers, David. Thank you so much. Let's say the over under is 14. 14. Let me pull it up short term. Oh, Gats takes the under. Oh shit. Oh. Oh wow. Uber. I was gonna say. Not everyone's gonna take the under on that one. Under, over. Wow, a lot of unders. Everyone, okay. Barely over 14. Okay. Because of COVID shorting. You think more shorting? Another down day tomorrow. Uber too bullish. You think so? You think? Sabu. Hey, cheers, Sabu. Cheers. Some new folks popped out. John. I think it looks like most people are under. Oh no, some over 15. But because of the market as a whole, that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, that's part of we got to weigh in these other variables, right? $14 price target. Oh, yeah, over under 14. Oh, okay. We're getting closer. Okay. Will be fun to watch. Share the boat right. Is it a yacht or a Viking funeral? Oh, shit, that's funny. But over by weekend for sure. All right, yeah. We'll have to reassess. Well, what news we got tomorrow? Microsoft news tomorrow. We got Microsoft news tomorrow. Hold on, let me just check that one more time. We'll review this one last time. Everyone, keep an eye out for this shit. Oh, I liked it. What's today? Today's the 26th, so tomorrow Microsoft, Wednesday will be Sony. I don't know the time. It could be before. Oh, we're just talking tomorrow anyway. But I think most people will probably. I don't know. We'll have to see. And earnings. Bottom Wednesday, finish higher might be nice hammer to finish. SI news tonight was bullish. I agree. It might offset the market morass. Confirmed Supreme Court's a nice stimulus. Oh, you think the stimulus is coming too? Okay. All right. Okay. We have bets are placed. The bets. What do you say? What do you say when I forget that phrase? All bets off. All bets done. Where do we place our bets? Through GameStop? Can we place our esports and our the stock market over under bets through GameStop? You know what I mean? Cheers. Thank you, Space Burrito. Cheers to Space Burrito. Cheers, guys. Cheers, everybody. Thank you, Jay Booth. All bets are in. Stimulus. Jeez. Cheers, everybody. All right, have a nice couple of days. We'll see you Wednesday. Hopefully we'll be reviewing some of the stuff, the Microsoft and the Sony stuff. Maybe we get some PR. Thank you, Trey, too. And then just watch the price action. So just a reminder, this is the type of stuff I'm looking for. I'm watching this price action tomorrow. Let's see. Let's just see what happens, because if it follows through, if it kind of levels off, that's good. It's good that it holds its own after this big move up, and so far it still looks good. But keep an eye on that stuff too. I feel like that's marginal analysis, but still what I'm keeping my eye on. That news and all this other stuff. Thank you, Matt. Cheers. Have a nice night. Catch up on your sleep. Always got to be ready. Got to be ready to run these months. You know what I mean? All right, let me pull something up here. Okay. All right. Peace out, everybody. Have a nice night.